My name is Rodion Raskolnikov. Rodion Raskolnikov. In just a few minutes, I will have ended the life of another human being. And it won't matter one jot. Because to those who have a vision and the courage to follow it, there is no law, and no crime, and no punishment. Only a revaluation of all values for the man who dares to stand alone on the mountaintop and affirm, I am all that there is.
Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Dramatized in 3 episodes by Mike Walker. Episode 1.
Well then, here you are, at the beginning. These people, like cockroaches, filthy insects. Come on, man. Do or do not. 4 flights, that's all. Up 60 steps. Paint. The smell of paint. Is someone working here? What if they're working late? Oh, sure, we saw him. Young fella wearing one of them caps. Going up to the old woman's place, sure. No one. Brushes, paint tins, turpentine and a wire brush. Everything's so clear. Like seeing it all for the first time. You should have known they'd be here. Should have found out. Now, 60 steps to Alyona's door. And then to step across and... step after step after step. And you'll tap at the door. No, bell. Ring the bell. Hello, you'll say. Oh, it's you back again, she'll say. And you'll say, think. You'll say, think. Oh, Christ. How did it go last time? Think, how did it go last week? Come on. Come on, Alyona. Come on.
Huh?
Hello. I was here. Raskolnikov. I'm a student. Last month I came to see you, Alyona. I pawned her.
I remember exactly who you are. Exactly. I don't forget faces.
And so, here I am again. Same business.
Doesn't change the business, Sonny. All right, come in.
Yellow wallpaper. The muslin curtains over the window. And the sun setting. And you were thinking, yes, the sun will be shining the same way next week. And she...
What's the matter, Sonny? Sun got in your eyes. Well, the business.
And you. I've brought something to pawn.
Ha!
A pocket watch. Silver.
Silver. Steel chain. Time's up for your last pledge. A month, we said. You're a day over.
I'll give you interest for another month. Be patient.
Oh, be patient. That's for me to decide, not you. Maybe I'll sell your pledge today.
How much for the watch?
Or maybe I'll keep it. It's not much, is it? Just a watch. The stuff you bring me. Rubbish, mostly.
My ring isn't.
I gave you 2 rubles for it. You could buy a new one for 1.5.
It's my father's watch. Look. It's good. Give me 4.
1.5.
I'll be getting money any day now.
1.5.
Oh, come on.
Interest paid in advance. No. Have it back then.
I'll take 1.5.
Of course you will. They always do. Wait.
The sunlight flashing off the casing of the watch as she carried it out of the room. And you could hear a drawer opening in the next room. Small top drawer. And the sound of the keys. She carries them with her all the time. There'll be one for a strong box. It'll be obvious which. So in the top drawer, left or right, the money. And then, how it came to you. Standing there waiting. How mean it all was.
Here you are.
How shabby and hateful.
This is 1 ruble 15.
15 interest for the month to come. 20 still owing on that ring of yours. 35 out of your 150 leaves.
I know what it
I'm
leaves.
sure you do.
One of these days, Alyona.
Huh?
I might bring you something else. Something better. A silver case. Cigarette case. When I get it back.
So then we'll talk again, Sonny.
A friend has it. So you stay at home. Like this. Your sister, she...
Lizzie? What's Lizzie to you? She's simple.
I just asked, that's all. I see her around, selling old clothes. Just... She isn't here during the day?
She's simple. That's all. Nothing to do with you.
No. Goodbye, Alyona.
How stupid. How disgusting. Were you really planning even then to be here today? Look into your heart. See what's there. A pit of cockroaches. A stinking mountain of insects. No. 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 No! Oh, you might not have. Even then, you might have changed your mind and done something else. But you needed a drink. That's it. Coming down these stairs. Maybe even right here. Was that baby crying? You stopped and you thought, beer. That's what I need.
Beer, please. Oh, beer for boys, wine for men, for vodka. Vodka for Russians.
Thanks.
Young man, may I, would you mind if I, marmalade of civil servant, if I join you? You look like a man of,
Sorry?
education. Are you, can I ask, are you in government service, if I may?
I'm a student.
Yes, I knew it. Experience, you see, of life and men. And have you ever spent the night on a hay barge on the river?
No, why?
That's where I've come from. 5th night on the barges. You see, I have a little problem.
Yes, I'd say you have a little problem.
Of course. You, a man of education, you can see at once the nature of... oh, God. I am such an insect. Such a filthy, disgusting... My little Sonia. My baby, my...
Stop it! You'll do yourself damage.
Damage! I deserve more than... Here. Do you see any hair here?
I really don't want
She pulled it out.
Who?
My wife, Katerina. Katie. She is a fine woman. She does not deserve a wretch like me, and...
Your wife pulled your hair out.
out of pity. But I have been pitied more than once, and I am a brute, plain and simple. You know, sir, I even drank her stockings.
You what?
Yes, and her Angora scarf. And she coughs in the winter. TB. Oh, she misses that scarf. She had education. She was an officer's daughter. Won medals as a child for her, whatever you win medals for. I drank them up, too. If it could be sold, I could drink it. And I did. I can see you looking at me, thinking, doesn't he have any feelings? Huh? That's what you're saying, isn't it?
I was actually wondering who Sonia...
This is why I drink. I'm looking for compassion and feeling, not joy. Never that. I'm looking for compassion and feeling, compassion and suffering. I drink to suffer for all the horrors I have brought down on my wife and children. We have 4, you know. The little ones and...
Sonia?
now we come to it, to Sonia. If it were not for her, we would all starve. Oh, yes, I make no bones about it. Starve. You see, she is my daughter. The others are Kate's. second marriage. Her first husband died, and then she got me.
You don't work?
I have worked, sir, indeed I have. When Katerina and I got married, for years I was out in the morning, home in the evening, a glass or two of vodka, and that was it. But the brute will out, and I lost my job. Now we have a room in a tenement. Neighbours who despise us spit on my Katerina for her airs and graces. And as for Sonia, you see, once you start to drink, there is nothing to catch you, and you fall. You fall right to the bottom of the pit.
She works, you drink. How old is she?
18.
Money is hard enough to come by, I know that. How much can she earn? I mean, for all of you.
Oh, enough. Enough.
Come on, Mr. Marmeladov. What's enough?
She sews shirts.
That wouldn't keep a monk in vodka. Never mind feed a family.
Pardon? A large one. 6 months ago, I was drunk and at home, and the little ones were hungry, and Kate was hungry, and there was no money for the rent. Ah, wonderful. I was,
You were drunk?
And the landlady's there, wanting the rent, or we're out on our ears, and then she takes Katerina by the shoulder, and they walk over to the window and they chat a bit. And a bit later, Sonia comes in, and Katerina takes her by the shoulder, and they chat a bit, and she starts to cry, my little Sonia. And she says, "Do I have to?" And Katerina says, "What are you saving it for, girl? You think it's some kind of treasure?" And she goes out. Sonia goes out, and she comes back. Sonia comes back, and she puts 30 rubles down on the table, and she goes to her bed and puts her shawl over her head, and Katerina kneels by her feet and kisses them. And I was lying there. Now she has a room of her own. She comes to see us in the evenings sometimes. Always she leaves money.
Your daughter's a prostitute.
Oh, I was so ashamed that I stopped drinking. Got my old job back, and things were so fine. Coffee before I left for work. Kate so obliging when I got home at night. Everything simply as if I'd moved into the kingdom of heaven. Until I brought my first month's salary home. And then I simply took the money and went to the nearest bar, and here I am, 5 days on. And I saw her today, pretty little Sonia, plying her trade down by the Haymarket. Girls in her line of work, they have to keep themselves clean, you know. Have to be really clean, or the cops will take their tickets away. And that costs. And she needs pretty things. The customers won't put up with any old stuff, you know. Lacy, pretty things the gentlemen like. And perfume. I could have saved her.
Yes, maybe.
I did not. I took her money right there on the street. I drank everything. And now there is nothing left except to go home. But he will forgive my Sonia for her sins, won't he? God will forgive.
Careful.
Help me, young man. Take me somewhere. I am a sinner, and I need a friend. I am a great sinner, and he will say to me, "Come forth, my drunk ones, my weak ones."
Take you where?
Somewhere. Somewhere. Everyone needs somewhere to go and some air to breathe. Come on, let's go. I can't face her alone. It's not the hair, sir. No, she may pull that as much as she wants. It's her eyes, the way she looks at me. He will say, "You are a swine."
Pretty lacy things that gentlemen like. And perfume. And he could have saved her. From the look of the flat and the family, she'd saved them. But watch out, Sonia, whoever you are, because there's always a risk in doing business the way you do. grubby room, hungry kids, pathetic attempt at keeping up some kind of standards. And his wife, Katerina, she pulled his hair all right, and he crawled after her, and the kids cried, and you couldn't get out of there fast enough. You even left them some of Alyona's money you could hardly afford. Strange, this Marmeladov. Puts his daughter on the streets, weeps a bit and gets over it. Well, that's man for you. Insects, all of them. Maybe everything is a lie. There are no truths and no barriers. Well, that's just how it should be. Alyona, up there, at the top of the stairs, waiting with her keys and her money box. And what are you waiting for? Some kind of sign? For courage, to slip your hand under your jacket and feel the axe head. Oh, nothing more certain than steel. More certain than your intentions. But you knew what was going to happen, didn't you? Everything pointed you towards this one inescapable end. Just as, sooner or later, little Sonia will pick up some vile disease. Go on then. Up, up. It's not far after all. It's not a long journey for a man. So come on, read the map. Follow the route. After you saw Marmeladov, you went back to your room, that cupboard, and slept like the dead. And then, when you woke up, the kitchen maid was standing there in the open door. Had you left it open? Did you want to be stopped in some way? Wasn't every word she said inevitable by then?
Nastasia.
Get up, you lazy hog. Come on, it's after 9.
What?
I bought you some tea. You want some tea?
Is that the landlady's tea?
It's tea. You want it or not? I mean, look at you, thin as a starved dog, and he asks whose tea it is.
All right, Nastasia, I'll drink it.
Don't do me no favours.
Thank you. Hold on. I've got some cash. Could you go out and get me a roll and sausage? Whatever's cheap at the butcher's.
Wouldn't you rather have some cabbage soup? I made it last night. I thought I'd catch you when you came in, but you were too late.
I was with this strange... But won't Praskovya mind?
Even landladies can't be everywhere at once. You hold on, I'll get a bowl. It's good stuff, believe you me.
Good stuff, cabbage soup. Oh, very good stuff. And good Nastasia. Very good Nastasia. That's what you think, eh? That her goodness would balance all the rest. A simple heart. Ah, pathetic. Here we are, Rodya. I and thou. You and me. 39. 40. 41.
Here you are. Get this down, you. For God's sake, don't spill it on her blankets. Praskovya says she's going to complain about you.
What?
To the authorities.
Oh, come on, what does she want?
You don't pay your rent, and you won't get out of the room. What do you think she wants?
She's such a fool, that woman. I'll see her today.
She may be a fool, but does that make you Mr. Clever, lying around all day like a sack? I mean, you said you used to teach, right?
Yes.
So why don't you get a job again?
I've got one. Well, I've got...
What?
I think. That's my work, using my brain.
Well, a fat lot of money you've thought up.
Anyway, you can't teach children without decent boots. And who wants to teach?
Not you, obviously.
They don't pay anything. Not much, anyhow.
And you want a fortune today?
Yes. I think I do, Nastasia. A whole fortune.
Don't. That's so creepy.
Wouldn't you like to come into money just like that?
I don't know. I suppose so. What would you do with it if you got it? Buy new boots?
Maybe. And I'd help my mother and my sister Dunya.
What's she like, your sister? Is she like you?
Oh, no. Dunya's nice. That's why things are so bad for her.
What, because she's nice?
Because she's good. Because they send me money, Mother and Dunya. They can't afford it, but they do.
And you let them?
Do you think I want them to? She's going to get married to some little toad who treats her like rubbish and treats my mother even worse. That toad Luzhin. He's coming to Petersburg. They're all coming. Only he's coming first class, and Mama has to pay out of her pension for her and Dunya.
So why's she marrying him?
I don't know. She can't love him, not a toad like that.
Well, maybe you'll find out when she arrives.
She deserves better than that.
Well then, Mr. Clever, maybe you'd better try and do something about it. After all, you're her brother.
What can I do, Nastasia?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just the maid. You're the one who does all the thinking. Maybe she's doing it for you. Maybe you should think about that. You finished with the soup bowl, or you want some more?
Doing it for me? Why not? Marmalade of Sonia sells her body for her useless father. Why shouldn't Dunya sell her body for her brother? Let's hope she keeps herself clean. Isn't that what women do? There's not so great a distance between Marmeladov and me. Not so great a distance between Alyona and me. Just a few more steps. Only my legs are so heavy. And I'm so tired. Everywhere you look, you see self-interest, greed preying on poverty, corruption preying on innocence. On the streets, out in the open, the insects scuttle. They don't even try to hide themselves. Three days ago, on the Nevsky. Yes. That girl. Just a girl. Any girl. She was tired, or she was drunk. Just a girl, hardly 15. She fell onto a bench and sat there, a silly smile on her face, showing her legs, unconscious of where she was. Of you looking at her, of the gentleman looking at her, getting closer, almost licking his lips at the thought of this tender piece of chicken.
Hey, you! Yes, you toad! What do you want with her, eh? Leave her alone. She's only a kid. Go on, get out of here.
Hey, son! What are you doing? No fighting on the street.
Oh, come on. For God's sake, look at him. Talk to him.
You can talk to me anytime. Anytime. Anytime at all.
Hold on there. Who are you? Got any identification?
Raskolnikov. Rodion. Student. Well, ex-student. But look, you're wasting time, officer.
I'll make that decision. Why are you shouting at this gentleman?
Because of her.
Fly away home.
She's drunk. They probably sent her out that way. I mean, she's not a professional. She's just a child. They want to break her in. Can't you see that? I bet she didn't even dress herself. Someone forced her into that stuff. And him, over there. Yes, you bastard.
Hey, take it easy, son.
He was following her, and now he's just hanging around waiting. He's not even ashamed. You have to stop it now.
Let's see what she's got to say. Hey, love? You okay?
I am fine. Yes. Thank you very much.
Have you got somewhere to go to?
You know, you're nice. Nice.
Have you got somewhere to go to?
She's too drunk. Look, can't you take her somewhere safe? I've got some cash. I'll pay for a carriage. We've got to get her away from here.
She's no more than a child. Looks like she's been well fed. Maybe comes from a good family. Who knows? We get so many of them on the streets now. It's a bloody shame.
He's the shame. Him over there.
Looks like she's going under her own power. Go on, love!
He's still following her. For God's sake, man!
Look, I'll try and keep an eye on her, if I see her around.
Why bother? Once she's gone round the corner, he'll be all over her, and everything will be as it was meant to be. Just another whore on the streets. Well, why not? It's not treasure unless we can all get our dirty hands on it.
Are you all right? You don't look well.
I'm tired. I'll find somewhere and rest. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Just take care, son, and don't get into any trouble.
Don't get into any trouble, he said. And you said, oh no, I'll be sure not to, officer. And I was tired. So tired. Tired to death. Tired enough to find an empty seat in the park and sleep. And even in dreams. Even there. Maybe most of all in dreams.
Look, Papa. Such a big cart.
They use them for hay, Roger, to take it to the barges. You've seen the big horses that pull the carts, haven't you?
But, Papa, they haven't got a cart horse. They've only got a pony. And she's not strong enough to pull it. Tell them, Papa. Tell the carter she's too little.
It's nothing to do with us, son. We have to get on.
Tell him. Tell him she's too young.
Look, he's the carter. He knows his business. He paid for the pony. She belongs to him.
No, Papa, please. You mustn't let him whip her.
She belongs to him.
She's only a pony. She can't do it. I've got to stop it. Papa, let me go.
It's none of our business.
You kill her. She'll die.
They're drunk. They're just playing games. It's all in good spirits, Sonia.
Why did he kill her? Why?
Don't worry. The Lord will forgive us all. He will say, "You are swine and beasts, but come into my house." And we will weep and fall at his feet, and everyone will understand. Even Alyona will understand.
Come on, old woman. Come on.
Who is this?
Good evening, Alyona Ivanovna. I'm back.
What?
I've brought you something.
What are you doing?
An article.
What do you want?
You know me, Raskolnikov.
No, what do you want?
An article to pledge. You remember? The one I promised you. The cigarette case. Silver. I got it back. From the friend who had it. You remember? If you want it, take it. Otherwise, I'll go somewhere else. I don't have the time.
No, what's the hurry, Sonny? A cigarette case.
Silver. I told you last time.
Yes, let me see.
An article, a cigarette case. Silver. See?
You're pale. You look ill. Give it to me.
Fever. You can't help being pale.
It's all wrapped up. Why did you wrap it up, Sonny? All these knots. Never get it undone.
You'll need the light, Alyona. Take it to the window.
I'll take it where I want. I'll say...
All right. Take your time. Slowly. Mind the blood. Good. Drawers. Top left or right. Don't stop to look. Just take everything. Everything. Take it all. My God. The crazy sister. All right. All right. Calm. Just stay calm. You can do this. Go through. Go through now.
Hello. You must be Lizzie. I've seen you around. Don't worry. I won't hurt you. I just have to...
You see? Didn't even put her hands up. Don't stand there. Clean yourself up. Yes, I'll... You need water. Soap. Go on, move. Oh my God. Go away. Go away, please. Go. Now, leave. Go, just go. Just walk out. Down the stairs. You can do it. 60 stairs. No one will see you. Go. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
2, 1.
What happened? Something? Nothing? You never even put the door on the bolt. You've been asleep, yes, and you left the door unlocked. Lock the door. Lock it now. Clothes. Check them, every inch for blood.
So much blood.
Be calm.
Be thorough.
God, she bled like a fountain. Be
so much blood.
calm. No, I'm clean. There must be blood. Look again and again. Jacket, elbows, cuffs. Always cuffs.
So much blood.
It's so thin. There must be blood.
I thought it would be thick.
Be thorough. Trousers. You were kneeling down when you pulled the keys.
Be thorough.
Be calm. Knees, fine. But there's a frayed edge. And blood. Cut it off. Nothing else. Shirt, cap, socks.
Sock. How did that? Soaked. The whole toe soaked. No, it can't be. No. Go away. No.
Hide, yes. Hide the sock. And hide the threads.
Threads. Blood.
Are you dead in there? Come on, open the door.
If they come in, they'll... The money. The purse. The pledges.
Think.
It's 10:30. Aren't you ever going to get up? I got some tea.
They'll look in the stove.
Who will? Nobody knows.
Just somewhere.
You want me to break the door down?
Behind the wallpaper.
I've got a letter for you.
That's crazy. A blind man could...
It's a summons. The police want to...
Oh, just a minute, Nastasia.
Thank God. He's still with us. I'm not standing up here all... About bloody time. You've been ill, haven't you? You look like death warmed up.
The police.
What? The summons? You're supposed to go down to the local station.
What for?
Oh, look, I don't know.
What for?
How should I know? Have you got a fever or something?
I'm fine.
Your eyes are all yellow. Look, maybe you better not go. Say you're sick.
No, I'll go. I must.
What's that you've got?
Nothing.
It's a sock. Looks like it needs a wash.
Just leave me alone, Nastasia. I'll go to the police station. That's what I'll do. I have to put this sock on.
You don't want the tea, then? Please yourself. I don't reckon you'll even make it down the stairs.
Put the sock on. Well, it's only blood after all. Anyhow, if they want you, if they know, how could they know? Look, you had to do it. It was inevitable. You stood on the mountain. On the mountain.
Can I help at all?
I had. They told me to come. It's a summons.
All right. They really should. Oh, hold on. You're Dimitri's friend. That's it.
What?
I'm the one you want to see. Office is down here. Madhouse, this place. Dmitri Razumikin. You're a friend of Dmitri?
Yes, about the only friend I had at university. He's...
We're friends too. He talked about you a lot. Raskolnikov. He'll be a remarkable man one day if... Yes, well, it doesn't matter. When I saw the summons had been issued, I told him to point you in my direction. I mean...
Thinks he's a bit of a dandy.
Any friend of Dimitri's.
Yes. Good old Dmitri.
He's a fool.
Well, here we are.
What does he know? What?
Do sit down. You all right?
A bit feverish. That's... What's this about? Why am I...
What do you reckon? Done anything wrong recently?
Just get on with it.
All right, don't bite my head off. You are in a police station, you know.
Please, will you tell me what you want me for?
It's your landlady. Apparently you signed a promissory note last year for 100 rubles. 115.25, actually. And she wants it back.
Landlady? Landlady!
Well, I'm glad you find it amusing. It won't be so fun if you don't pay up or give a date by which you will pay.
You don't understand.
No.
It was just a note, a formality.
And here it is. And you must pay or give a date when it will be paid.
Oh, no. Look, the thing is...
The thing is, I'm seeing you as a favour. I could be doing... Well, we've got a big robbery and there's this murder.
Murder?
Well, the old woman and her sister. I mean, there's an awful...
Give me some paper. I'll write an IOU. 3 months.
Right. Start talking about murder and you're all ready to get everything done in a flash.
What do you mean?
You thinkers don't like it when real life shoves its ugly face into yours, do you?
I don't know anything about any murder. What are you talking about?
You sure you're all right?
Let me sign. I'll pay it back. I'll sign everything. Oh, yes. My sock.
Look, you really aren't well. You better get home, right? Do you want me to send someone with you?
No, I'll be fine. Thanks.
And drop in on Dmitri. He was asking after you. Don't be a stranger. Go and see him.
Yes. They suspect you. They must do. That oily little so-and-so Zamyotov. How did Dmitri get someone like that as a friend? But cunning. Maybe they set it all up to search the room. Look. No, don't look. That's so stupid. Look, man, look. Of course it's still there, you fool. How could they know? But maybe if they do a house-to-house search in the area. So get the stuff out of the house. Get rid of it. Hide it. Where? Somewhere. Stone to stone. Never find a thing. Well, that's it then. Time to take a walk. Just one more student on the boulevard. But if you did do this consciously, and not like a fool, like a man, if you had a definite aim, then why didn't you look in the purse? If that's what you wanted, the clarity of the act, bang. Everything else cleared, gone. A sharp, bright vision of what you will be. Only it isn't like that. Oh, all of this stuff mixed up in your head. Why put up with it? Because you're sick? Must be. You've been tormenting and torturing yourself because you're sick. Yes, exactly. So all you have to do is wait a while and then you'll get well. Everything is a lie. What if you don't get well? What if this is all there is?
There you are, dear. God bless.
She thinks you're a beggar.
Thank you.
3 kopecks? Oh, that's fine. So fine. What a joke, eh? One of the insects has given you 3 kopecks. Insects.
He's coming round.
So he is. Hello, Rodia. Back with us, are you?
What happened? Dmitri?
Keeled over in the street. Thump, just like that. You've been out of it for 4 days. It was Zamyotov who told me.
The one at the police station?
Good job he did, or you'd have still been lying there. We got the doctor in.
We?
Your landlady and me.
Oh, he's really charmed her, has Mr. Razumikin. Wound her round his little finger.
She's not so bad if you treat her right. That's your trouble, Rodia. You never can treat people decently. Even Zamyotov, and he's a mild enough chap.
Dresses like a pimp.
There you are. What can you do with a fellow? Still, I've got some good news for you. Your mother's sent 30 rubles. She wasn't sure about your new address.
I didn't want them to see me here in this rat heap.
Well, you're glad enough to stay rent-free.
She asked me to pass it on, so here it is. Riches.
I don't want it. Take it away. I don't want her treasure.
What are you talking about? Stop being a fool.
I don't need money.
Oh, well, Roger, that's a lie, and I'll be your witness. Take it.
If you insist.
Well done. Now, are you ready for some food?
Yes.
Nastasia, sweetheart, is there any soup?
From yesterday.
With rice and potatoes?
With rice and potatoes.
Right, go get it. And some tea. You don't mind me using your bed. Nowhere else to sit in this cupboard.
Please yourself.
Well, at least you aren't raving anymore.
Was I?
You were, brother, you were.
What about?
Oh, come on now, it doesn't matter.
What was I raving about, Dmitri?
Oh, I don't know. Things.
What things?
You were going on about your sock for some reason. You kept begging someone to give it to you.
My sock?
Well, Nastasia found it and gave it to you. Probably still under your blanket somewhere.
Oh.
Relax. try to get a bit more sleep, and I'll take some of your mother's money and get some decent clothes.
I don't need clothes.
Second-hand clothes, all right. I'll be back in a couple of hours. And don't lock yourself in again.
Have to get out of here. Get away. Take the rest of the money, find a new place, vanish, disappear. Somewhere no one knows you. No one. They've taken your boots. Where are your boots? Socks. The sock. Oh, God. What's the point? Need to rest. A little more sleep and you'll be fine. Yes. Think about it when you wake up. Maybe none of this is happening. It's all a dream. Alyona, Zamyotin, that odd man, Marmeladov, and his little Sonia, that girl on the street, all of them. A dream. A dream. Details. The door. Unlock the door. They won't be able to come in. Unlock the door, Alyona. I'm back.
Unlock the door, Alyona. I'm back.
It's Raskolnikov.
It's Raskolnikov, and I've got something for you.
And I've got something for you.
Look at these. Now, are these trousers or are these trousers?
They're trousers, Dmitri.
And damn fine trousers, if I say it myself. Wool, lightweight, perfect for summer with matching waistcoat. From the Haymarket. And a fine pair of boots. Almost new. Clark at the British Embassy was short of money.
They won't fit.
They will. We took your old boots for a match.
3 shirts. Now look at these. First class. Better than new. Softer. Worn in.
The Haymarket? Didn't that Lizzie used to sell stuff there for her sister?
What are you going on about that for? Besides, they arrested the one that did it.
They arrested someone, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, the painter. It's obvious.
What is?
That he did it. He was working right there with his brother.
So?
And he had some earrings.
Well, earrings.
Which were identified by someone who knew Alyona.
Earrings?
He says he found them on the stairs.
On the stairs?
He tried to sell them to some other moneylender.
Well, if he found them, why wouldn't he? They're no good to him. Why not buy a glass of vodka or two?
No, the police don't make that kind of mistake.
They do all the time. They want to clear it up. They need to find a face, any face, as long as they can make it fit.
What are you saying, Dmitri?
Look, this painter and his brother, they were painting one of the flats. They started fooling around, flicking each other with paint. They were having a laugh. There's a witness to that. Laughing, having fun. At the same time as the bodies were getting cold upstairs. I don't believe they were that good actors.
They're just criminals. An old woman, a simple girl. The kind of animal who could kill them in cold blood could stand around laughing afterwards as easy as...
What do you reckon, Rodia? You're the think around here. How do you see it?
I wish you would both just leave me alone.
There's no need to be so rude.
I want to sleep. Leave me alone.
Okay, Rodia. You sleeping.
Dmitri, don't let them in. Don't.
Is Rodion Raskolnikov? I say Raskolnikov here.
Who are you?
Are you he?
Who are you?
Luzhin, I imagine my name is not unfamiliar to you.
Not.
Surely you know of me, eh? Letters cannot have failed. I say failed to reach you. Your mother has written at my express request.
The Toad.
I beg your pardon.
So, this is you, the fiancé. Yes, I know all about you.
I see you have been ill. I say ill.
You're right, sir. Oh, Razumikin, Dmitri, journalist.
Well, Mr. Raskolnikov, I hope our acquaintance will, in the future, after we become related, after the happy event...
Which event was that?
My marriage to your sister Dunya, of course. What else?
It was the happy that confused me. Perhaps if you'd said after the financial transaction, I might have understood.
What did you say?
Perhaps I got it wrong. I thought Mother's letter said when you and Dunya decided to... that you told her marrying a poor girl made good sense, since she was never likely to look a gift horse, or maybe a gift toad in the mouth.
Roger, take it easy. I'm sorry, but he has been ill in a fever and he's not better yet, not by a long way. Roger, just shut up.
I say this is rubbish, total rubbish. But I can only assume it's some idea your mother has got hold of in totally the wrong way.
Rodia.
If you ever dare talk about my mother again in front of me, I'll kick you down every stair in this house.
I can see your friend is right. You are ill. I won't hold this against you.
Why don't you just go?
Come on, Rodia. He's only saying...
And you, Dmitri. All of you.
Come on, Nastasia. And you, Mr. Lucy.
You don't have to tell me to go. Oh, no. I say, oh, no, I say...
Go? Yes. Everyone needs somewhere to go. Didn't Marmeladov say something like that? Everyone needs somewhere to go. Petersburg nights. Sentimental songs and gaslights that give everyone pale, green, sickly faces. And rain. If we could have some rain for the gas lamps to shine through. Rain. No rain. Well, they seem to be having fun.
Hello. My name's Lizzie.
What?
Would you like to come with me?
No.
Don't I know you?
No.
Waiter, bring me some tea and any old newspapers you've got around the place. The weekend, anything from the weekend.
I'll see what I can find.
Well, Dmitri's friend. You came to the police station.
Oh, did I?
Zamyatov.
Whatever.
Mind if I sit down?
No, there are empty seats.
Here?
Please yourself.
There you are. That's all we have.
I say, glutton for news, aren't you? Dmitri said you were sick, flat out. Trying to catch up with the world, eh? What a good chap he is, though. Dmitri, good friend to you.
Oh, friends. Vodka on the house for you, is it? To ensure the girls get no trouble from the law?
Anything interesting in the papers? We've had a few fires.
I'm not reading about fires. Do you want to know what I'm reading about?
Why should I?
Because you're curious. Go on, admit it. I wanted to read about the murder.
Which one? We have a lot in this town.
The old woman and the idiot's sister.
So what?
At the station, you were talking about her when I got faint. Do you understand?
Understand what? Drink? You're either crazy
or what?
Or nothing. Why don't you drink your tea? It'll get cold. Did you read about the counterfeiters? Whole gang, 50 of them.
Then they were fools.
What?
50? Someone's sure to get drunk and shoot their mouth off. 4? 3? 2? They're stupid, all of them. No attention to detail.
Well, that's why they're criminals. I mean, look, since you were reading about it, look at the old girl who got murdered. Now, the killer had a certain style, in and out in the daylight. Even so, he couldn't do more than grab a pair of earrings. After doing both of them, he just had to get out.
So, you think you've got him? The painter?
Well, he went and got drunk, couldn't live with what he'd done, that's what we reckon.
Like a child.
So what would you have done?
You want to know?
Uh-huh. Yes, I do.
A lot?
A lot.
So, after I'd killed them, I'd take the money and the things, and I'd get out, and I'd go to some place like an overgrown allotment, and there'd be a stone about so big, and I'd lift it up and scatter the insects underneath it, and I'd put the stuff there, and put the stone back, and I wouldn't touch it for a year, or 2, or 3. So, now you see me, and now you don't.
You are crazy.
And what if it was me who did the old woman and Lizzie?
Can it be?
Go on, admit it. For a moment you really believe me.
No, never.
Oh, I got you. You walked right into that. Some detective, eh?
I've told you I don't believe it. I never believed it.
But look, Look at all this money. 10, 15, 25 rubles. And yet I couldn't pay a thing when I was at your office. Not a thing. Well. Goodbye, detective.
That's how much you know about murder.
Raskolnikov! Where the hell did you get to? We were looking for you everywhere. Nastasia was worried. She was really worried about you. What are you doing here? I mean, we're your friends. What does it mean, this...
It means I'm fed up with you all. I just want you to leave me alone, okay?
I'm still sick. White as...
Just get out of my way.
Listen, Rodier, you shouldn't be out. Come on. Come back to my place. You need to rest. Get some rest.
Dmitri, I don't want your good deeds, right? Are you getting this? I do not want your charity. I spit on it. Which ought to make even you see that there's no point.
Rodier, you're really smart. I admit that. Really smart. And sometimes you're so stupid.
Then go.
I'm having some friends around tonight. You don't have to talk to them. Just drop in. You can sleep over.
I swear, Dmitri, you'd let someone beat you half to death if you thought it was doing them good.
I'm not stupid, Rodier.
Good night, Dmitri.
You'll come. If you don't, then forget it.
Yes, forget it.
Why don't they leave me alone? That's all they have to do. But where are you going? Oh, of course, the police station. Where else? Everyone needs somewhere to go to. So, what are you going to say? What are you going to tell them? It's all so disgusting. So stupid, so... So, here you are again. Back where it began. 56, 57, 58, 59. Good evening, Alyona Ivanovna. I'm back. I've brought you something. An article. They're painting up here now. Well, they would. Who'd move in with all that blood? They've taken down the curtains. Could be a pleasant room. Maybe you should move in. See the caretaker. Is this room for rent? What? Are you crazy? Are you? Well, now you should go. Things to do, people to see, yes. They have to know, in the end. How strange. Just being here. Alyona, she was there. The crazy sister. She was there. And you were here. And now you are still here. And they are not. How strange. You can't walk more than a few minutes in Petersburg without crossing a river. Does that mean something? Is it an answer of a kind? Yes. All our questions will be like running water, dissolved in water, washed clean in... What is it? A thief?
What is it? Some jumper? What happened? Did you see what happened?
Just a girl, some girl, drinking. Oh, how it takes them.
Did you know her?
I knew of her, my friend. She used some of the same establishments as I do. Tried to hang herself the other day.
What?
That girl works down the market when she's sober.
Look at the water.
Who drowned? Unless it's in vodka. You want a drink?
No, I don't.
A little drink, a little sin. Well, how are you, my friend? You look pale. Been ill?
It's none of your business. What are you doing here anyway?
It's a free city. You don't own the bridge, do you? Ah, no. I'm waiting for my little Sonia. You know how it is. The money goes.
Little Sonia. Well, maybe I'll stay. Have a look at you.
My shame. I am a great sinner, and she is. I will not allow her to be. No, get away with you devil. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Calm down. It's okay. I'll go. Just be careful, will you?
Good night, my young friend.
Hey, no, look!
I tried to warn him.
The little one. The little one.
Don't worry. We'll get you home. We'll get a doctor.
A priest.
No, a doctor's coming. We're sending for a doctor. Do you understand? Can you hear me?
You say you are beast and drunks, but oh, it hurts. Is she here yet? Is she here?
What? Who?
My Sonia. I'm meeting her, you know. She'll make everything.
I don't think she's here, Marmeladov.
Oh, yes. See her. Sonia. Forgive me.
Sonia? Sonia, you don't know me. My name is Rodion Raskolnikov. How strange it all is. You simply don't know where you'll be from one moment to the next, do you? One moment you're on the way to the police station to do what? Tell them? Were you really going to do that? Was I? What's happening to me? Then that old drunk Marmeladov gets himself run down by a carriage, and you get him home to his pathetic wife and his little Sonia.
Hey, mister!
Yes, to that wretched tenement. And then she comes.
Hey, wait, mister!
Little Sonia in her tarts get-up, looking like a child at the dressing-up box.
Episode 2.
Wait! Mister! Please, wait!
Well, here I am.
Here. What's your name? Where do you live?
What's your name?
I'm Polenka.
Well, Polenka, my name is Rodion Raskolnikov, and I live on Stolyani Street, the place they call the Widow's House.
I've seen it.
And who wants to know?
My sister, Sonia.
I thought maybe she did.
And Mama, too. After you left the money for Papa's.
I left money.
Yes, you gave it to Mama.
It was just money, that's all. Do you love Sonia?
What?
Your sister, Sonia, do you love her?
Yes, most. I love her most.
Do you think you could love me?
I could give you a kiss.
Yes. You could give me a kiss. It's okay. It's okay.
I loved Papa. There were so many bad things happening all the time, and...
Shh. Did your Papa love you, Polenka?
He taught me things. Geography and... and when he wasn't, you know, he was going to teach me French, and now...
Do you know how to pray, Polenka?
Of course I know how to pray.
You remember my name.
Rodion.
Will you pray for me sometimes? At the end of your prayer, after you've asked God to bless everyone else, ask him to bless his servant Rodion as well.
I'll do it every day, I promise. I'd better go. The priest is coming.
So there is life after all. You were certainly alive just now. No, there can't be. You didn't die with Alyona and Mad Lizzie, did you? May the Lord remember them in his kingdom. Yes, they are dead. You are not. You still live. It's time to go home, Rodia. Back to the kingdom of life and reason. Only back to the river. Round and round, inescapably. So you follow yourself. You come up behind yourself. Back to the kingdom of life and reason. Because some child kissed you. Yes, maybe just because of that. Round and round then, and we shall see. And we shall cross swords, the world and I.
Where is he? Don't worry, he'll be back, I promise you.
What's Dmitri doing here?
He was ill.
And with Mother and Dunya? Why in God's name can't they leave you in peace?
What are you doing here?
They arrived at my place and I thought that...
Rodia, where have you
We
been?
were waiting for you.
Oh, Lord, catch him, someone!
They look at you, but what do they see?
I said you were still sick.
Someone who no longer exists.
Don't touch me.
They look at your hands.
I'm all right, really. It was a shock, you all being
And
here.
they don't see the blood.
It's late. You should go home. Go somewhere. Go away.
The river of blood that will run between you and them forever.
Rodia, it's been 3 years since we saw you.
Maybe we should step out for a moment, give him some time.
Wait. Does he know you're here?
Who?
The toad, Luzhin.
Roger.
Dunya's bridegroom. Who else?
We heard that Peter had visited you the other day.
I told him I'd kick him downstairs.
Roger, you didn't.
Dunya, this is crazy, this marriage. Refuse him tomorrow. Tell him to clear off.
What are you saying? All right. I understand. You're still ill. You're tired. Dmitri has told us all about it.
Forget Dmitri. It's none of his business. You're marrying the toad for my sake, so you can give me money. So that man will give me a job.
Please, Roger, Mr. Lucian
Write a letter tonight. Refuse him. Show it to me in the morning.
You are so arrogant. I can't do that. How could you even ask me? You're just so...
Yes, that's the spirit, Miss Dunya. Oh, sorry,
We'd better go. We'll see you in the morning.
Dunya, look, I'm not raving or anything. This marriage, he's just using you. He wants a young wife with no money, so she's totally in his power. It's sick. Look, it's either that toad or it's me.
Rodia.
Marry him, and I'll never speak to you again.
Oh, for God's sake, man. No, I'm sorry, it's not my place.
No, it's not your place. It's my place, and it may be a cupboard, but I'd rather like it to be an empty cupboard right now.
The poor boy is ill. It's obvious. I'll stay with him tonight. Surely the landlady will give me a chair. I must stay with him.
Please, believe me, you won't do any good once he's got it into his head.
That's right, Dmitri.
Just be quiet, brother, for once. Let me take you back to your lodgings.
No, Mr.
Please.
Razumik.
And we'll talk more there. Trust me. Mrs. Raskolnikova, Miss Dunya.
We know he's Rodian's friend, Mother.
Everybody's my friend. Don't you know what happens to my friends? They get run down by carriages. Their daughters walk... Oh, just go.
Come on. I'll come back later. I'll keep an eye out for him.
If we must, then yes. Good night, Roger. May God bless you.
After you, Miss Dunya.
Thank you, Mr. Razumikin. In the morning, Rodia. We'll talk all about it in the morning.
Forgive me, Miss Dunya. Well, here I am again. I hope not too early. I came...
Come in, Mr. Razumikin. A friendly face is always welcome.
Oh, really? I mean, yes, thank you.
Mother, it's Mr. Razumikin. Thank you again for bringing us back last night.
Oh.
I'm sorry, our lodgings are not, really very pleasant.
Arranged by Mr. Luzhin. No, forget I said that.
Would Mr. Razumikin like some tea, Dunya?
Would you?
Yes, thank you. I would.
Can I ask you, please, Mr. Razumikin, don't think me forward. It's been such a long time since I saw my boy, and is he always so irritable? What does he want? Who are his friends? Why
Mother,
does he...
give the poor man time to draw breath.
What can I tell you? We met at university before. He's magnanimous, kind, sullen, gloomy. Recently he's been insecure, worried about his health. But then suddenly he's not insecure. He's cold and callous. It's like there are two people in there. One who keeps doing good, decent, even nice things, and the other one who regrets it at once and says something vicious or nasty. He's always in a hurry, but he lies around for hours. He can be brilliant, but then, well, I hope you and Dunya, Miss Dunya, arriving will be good for him.
Is that really what he's like? My Roger.
It's good that you've been honest. You're a real friend and not in awe of him at all. I wonder... Maybe he needs a woman with him, someone who...
You might be right, only...
Yes?
He doesn't love anyone, and he never will.
Do you mean he can't love?
Even when he was a child, he was unpredictable. He might surprise us all one day, do something that no one else would think of.
Like hating Mr. Lucian.
But he's been ill.
Believe me, he thought that way about Lucian, Mr. your fiancé, before he was sick.
And what do you think of Mr. Lucian?
If Miss Dunya has chosen him, then he must be he's her choice, and that's fine, good.
You see... Oh, Dunya, can I tell him?
Of course, Mother. He's Rodian's friend. He's our friend.
Only Mr. Lucian left a letter here for us.
Oh, he's not lodging here, then?
He's somewhere else. But he says... Oh, read it, Dunya. I don't have my spectacles.
Dear Madam, sorry I was unable to meet you. Sent man, call on you tomorrow evening, 8 sharp. Venture to add, son Rodian not to be present. Grievous insult to me when I visited same. Have made it my business to find out his doings. Involved with notorious drunk, one Marmeladov, subsequently deceased. Gave family of deceased funeral expenses of 25 rubles, namely to drunk's daughter, Miss S. Marmeladov. Girl of notorious behaviour, probably diseased. Surmising that money came from you, thought you would like to be informed upon this matter. Respectfully, P. Lucian.
What am I to do? Is Roger not to visit us at all when Mr. Lucian is here? There was to be a party, a small one,
Miss Dunya, what do you think?
I think we should go and see him and...
But who are these people, this girl?
We should find out, Mother.
I'm almost afraid to see him. My own son.
Don't be afraid. Just believe in him.
That's the spirit, Miss Dunya. Good for you. Let's go.
Yes, absolutely fit. As a fiddle. Fit as a fit fiddle. Mother, Dunya, sit down, if you can find room.
Oh, thank you, Rodion. And you really are feeling better?
Mother, I've been thinking about how you must have felt sitting here last night waiting for me, and then I turn up and behave like... Well, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'll say it to both of you, sorry.
That's what we love you for. You really do have a heart in there somewhere.
You wouldn't believe how unhappy we were, Dunya and I, yesterday, but now, here we are, all of us.
Happy again. Dmitri, I apologise to you as well. You've had a lot to put up with.
No, don't think about it.
I would have come to see you first thing rather than making you come to this hovel, but... Well, Nastasia had to wash my clothes. The blood, you understand.
Blood? What blood?
From yesterday. Someone had been run over, this man, an official, a former official, I believe.
Oh, Lord.
I helped carry him back to his flat, and yes, I did something unpardonable. I must have been sicker than I thought. I gave all the money you sent me to his wife for the funeral. There were 3 little ones, little kids, hungry, no shoes, and an older girl. I think if you'd been there, you might have given the money yourself. But I had no right to do it. I know how hard it was for you to raise that money.
No, you did the right thing, I'm sure.
Well, there it is anyway. You can't unring a bell, right, Dunya?
No, not right.
Well, fine. You have your ideas, I have mine. Good for you. We all need ideals. Oh, it doesn't matter anyway. I just wanted to say I'm sorry, Mother.
If you thought it right, dear, I'm sure that...
Don't be sure.
Look at her. She's frightened of you. They're all frightened like rabbits. What do they know about anything inside you? But I did love them when they weren't here. And now they are here, sitting there, unable even to speak.
Oh, did I tell you that Mrs. Svidrigailov died? From back home?
I remember him, a desperate kind of fellow. Didn't you work for him as a governess, didn't you?
You know I did.
And he tried to take advantage. Is that how it went?
He was hateful. You know that.
And his wife spread the rumour that it was you making up to him. Well, she won't be doing that anymore, will she? What did she die of? Spite?
He used to beat her. That's what they say.
He killed her.
He might as well have done. He was always...
She took a cure, cold baths, and had a stroke.
She wouldn't have been there if it hadn't have been for Svidrigailov.
Why are you telling me this? I don't care. Who are these people to me?
I just wanted something to talk about.
What's the matter? Do I frighten you?
Yes, you do.
No, stop it, Dunya. Don't say that. It's nothing. Rodya, I'm happy to see you. You know I am.
We'll have time to talk, Mother. Don't worry. Well, somebody say something.
Take it easy, brother.
What's the point of sitting here? We see each other after 3 years and... Has the toad Lucian given you any love gifts yet, Dunya?
No, nothing.
And How do you find my friend Dmitri?
Oh, come on.
I think he's very nice, and we're lucky to know him.
Yes, that's quite true.
Come on, leave off.
He's blushing.
What a small apartment you've got, Rodion. It's like a coffin. I'm sure it's not helped with your health.
Apartment? Yes. I'm sure it contributed a lot. But if you knew, what an odd thing you just said. Odd. Very odd. Oh, yes, of course. Something I meant to say, Dunya. I must apologise for what I said yesterday about your fiancé.
That's all right.
But really, I would be failing in my duty if I did not... him or me. We may both be vile in our own ways, but I think one of us is more than enough vileness in your life. Him or me.
This is just the same as yesterday, and why do you call yourself vile?
You're making a big mistake, Rodia.
She's lying to you. No, she just wants to help.
You think I'm sacrificing myself for you, right? Well, I'm not. I'm marrying Peter Lusion for my own sake.
She wants to be Lady Bountiful.
Things are hard. I'd like them to be easier. I'd like them to be easier for my family too, but mainly for me. I'm not in love with him, but he will keep us from poverty, and I hope he will come to respect me. It's a bargain.
Insects, all of them.
That's all?
Yes.
Insects.
Why are you smirking, Rodion?
It's your treasure, Dunya dear. You can do what you want with it.
We both know what we expect from the marriage.
I've seen Lusion. You can't fool me. You're selling yourself for money. It's that simple.
Then what are you asking for? You think I'm some kind of hero? Well, I'm not a hero, but I'm not a villain either, and if I ruin anybody, it'll only be myself. I haven't put a knife into anybody yet.
Knife?
Rodion, why are you so pale?
Nothing. Just a detail, that's all. A detail. It doesn't matter, Dunya. Marry who you want. I don't care. I'll behave when I see the toad tonight, don't worry.
Oh, Roger, there's... Mr. Lusion. He wrote us a letter.
You better show him, Mother.
Mr. Razumikin?
He should see it. After all, it concerns him more than anyone else.
Here.
So, the toad can write. God. Like a small-town lawyer. Prejudice, woman of the streets. Venture to add, giving mother's money to same, father drunk, subsequently dead. Virtually illiterate, you're intended.
Peter doesn't try to hide the fact that he's a self-made, self-educated man.
He hardly could. What a load of pretentious rubbish.
Yes, but have you made your mind up?
What?
He more or less says that if you come tonight, he won't.
It's up to Dunya.
I want you to be there. And you, Mr. Razumikin.
Without fail.
Thank you.
Rodion.
Come in.
Little Sonia.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
What can she want with you now?
It's you.
Well, let's see.
I'll go. I'm sorry.
No, wait. I wasn't expecting you, that's all. Please, sit down. No, here. Please sit here.
Will they recognise her from Toad Lusion's letter?
Dmitri, move. Let her sit there.
Of course. Sorry, miss.
I didn't need to.
She doesn't look like a whore today.
I just came to,
She looks like
say...
a little girl dressed up in her pathetic best.
My mother sent me. She had no one else to send. And she asked me to... wanted you. She asked that you would come to the funeral tomorrow, to the service tomorrow, at the Mitrofanivsky cemetery. She told me to ask you to do her the...
I'll try. Look, please sit down. There's something I wanted to... Just give me 2 minutes.
Yes, yes.
Mother, this is Sonia Marmeladov. We were just talking of her father. She's the daughter of Mr. Marmeladov, who I was with.
Yes,
when he was
of course.
Run over yesterday.
She can't look them in the eye, poor kid.
Sonia, I wanted to ask how things went yesterday. Did you have any trouble with the police or anyone?
No, it's no trouble. Except the neighbours are angry.
Why?
Because the body's still there, you see. It's hot and there's, a smell. Mother didn't want them to take him over to the chapel, but, well, she's got to now.
Yes, I see.
Oh, and she said, would you come for a meal? A memorial meal?
She's cooking a meal?
She said, thank you for what you did yesterday.
She's not
without
pretty. You couldn't call her pretty.
We wouldn't have had anything for...
But those eyes, so blue and so...
Are you sure she can manage, Sonia? It'll be expensive.
No!
Innocent.
We've worked it all out, Mama and me.
So like a little girl.
It'll be all right. And she wants it.
Abused and insulted by all of them.
The coffin, it'll be a cheap one, but she says we have to do it right. But you must have...
What are you looking at? The room. Everyone says it looks like a coffin. It's so small.
You must have given us all you had yesterday.
Roger, we should go. Donya? And we'll see you later.
Yes, I suppose...
You'll be there, won't you?
And will you join us too, Mr. Razumikin?
Glad to.
Right, well, goodbye, Mr...
Goodbye, Miss Marmeladov.
Dunya, goodbye. No, give me a kiss. Quick.
Bye.
Well, that's nice, isn't it? May the Lord grant rest to the dead, but the living have still got to live, right? Isn't that right, Sonia?
My God. She sits there like an angel. You say an angel. And only a day ago she was probably lying on her back for some gentleman. Is that her fault? If not, then whose?
I think I should go now.
Look, Rodia, maybe I should go too.
Hold on, both of you. Dmitri, your tiresome friend in the police.
Samyotov. Poor bloke still hasn't got over meeting you at that bar. What a weirdo, he says.
Is he anything to do with this killing, the old woman? I mean, I know he's only a clerk.
He's not, but I know a man who is. Porfiry Petrovich, an inspector. You'd like him. He's sharp, your kind of man.
Because I had actually pledged a couple of things with the old girl. Dunya gave me a ring and my father's watch. I don't want them to vanish in some cop's pocket or whatever.
Why don't we go and see him? He won't mind. He's a pretty easy fellow. So you knew the old woman then? Amazing.
Sonia, how did you find me?
You gave Paulinka your address. Yesterday, don't you remember?
Who?
The little one, Paulinka.
Yes, of course. Right then. We'd better go. Sonia, we'll see you downstairs.
And can I tell Mother you'll be there?
Yes, I'll be there.
Bye then.
So that's the drunk's daughter?
Yes. And look, they know. They can tell.
What are you talking about?
There's a man following her already. Nasty-looking piece of work. Real scum.
Brother?
Never mind. Let's see if your man Porfiry is around.
Porfiry, old man.
Razumikin, how's tricks?
Well, they told us at the station where to find you.
Second office. Meet all sorts of interesting people.
Well, here's another one. My friend Raskolnikov. He wanted to chat about it. He's a bright fellow. You like each other.
Raskolnikov. I know that name from somewhere. Hello.
Hello, Inspector.
You play billiards, Mr. Raskolnikov?
I used to at university.
Any good?
He wasn't bad.
Really? Fancy a game now while we chat?
Why not?
Good. Why don't you start the game and your,
All right. I actually pledged some articles with the old woman, Alyona, the one who was murdered.
Well, you should give a statement to the desk sergeant. Just say that you want to redeem the articles. Oh, bad luck.
The trouble is, I can't... I'm,
You're a bit short of cash. Well, you should make a statement anyway, or you could just write to me, just,
On ordinary paper?
Yes. Oh, damn, can't seem to hit it right today. Yes, on ordinary paper, just, write down what happened.
He knows.
Sorry? Was there something? No? Oh, it's your shot, then.
It's only a few rubles. Mementos. What do they say? A sentimental value. My mother, sister, family gifts, and now they're here in Petersburg.
Stop babbling, you fool.
Well, women, you know what they're like. Oh, very good. Yes, nice shot. Nice shot. Your mother's in town, then?
Yes.
And when did she come? Ah, and it looks such an easy shot. Now, let me see if my luck is any better. You wouldn't have lost those things anyway.
Why?
Because I've been waiting for you to come to me.
What?
Dmitri, old chap, are you being our marker or not?
No, sorry, I was... Yes, you're ahead anyway, Porfiry.
Your pledges were noted down in her account book. Name, date, amount, all of it. And obviously, once people heard about the murder, if they pawned something with Alyona, they called in, naturally. You're the last, so you see... I was waiting for you.
I was ill.
Yeah, it's a long shot.
What?
What's he playing at?
Oh, yes, but it's all right. I can lean over.
What does he want?
Bravo!
I'm sorry to waste your time with all this stuff.
Not at all, Mr. Raskolnikov. Oh, I just remembered where I came across your name.
Really?
A crime.
Does he think you're stupid?
Really?
You're going to jump up and confess.
Coolly done, sir. Coolly done, but it can't last. Luck like that.
Luck or skill.
I told you he was a killer.
Yes, an article in Society Today. Crime and
The criminal mind.
You see, sooner or later everyone misses. Now, you said the act of carrying out a crime is always accompanied by sickness. Not sure that I agree, but what really caught my attention was something you slipped in near the end. You didn't develop it, but still, that there are certain remarkable men who have the right to commit crime.
Well, that's not quite how I had it.
You're getting the better of me. Sometimes the ball just won't run for you. But go on.
I said that, yes, certain people have the right to... That the remarkable, the extraordinary man has the right in certain circumstances to step over obstacles that might hinder his... the fulfillment of his destiny, and that destiny is often for the benefit of mankind as a whole. For instance, if 2 or 3 people stood in the way of Newton's ideas becoming available to the whole world, then you might... remove them. Napoleon, Peter the Great, all criminals, if you look at the way they overturned the old laws, destroyed lives, the lives of lesser men in pursuit of their destiny. Most men are masters of the present. A few are masters of the future. And they, well, sometimes even they are punished by the others.
My shot at last, I think, yes. Do you believe in God? I mean, excuse me for being so curious.
Yes, I do.
And Lazarus. Do you believe in the raising of Lazarus?
Yes. What do you need all this for?
The raising of Lazarus from the dead, literally.
Yes, literally.
Just curious, that's all. Now, that is not easy at all. Maybe if I can use the side cushion to bounce it. Now, these remarkable men, they don't always get punished, you say. Well, yours, Mr. Raskolnikov. Some triumph in their own time.
Well, they do, and then...
Punish themselves.
Yes, generally, almost always.
But how do you recognize these remarkable men? I mean, do they have some kind of mark, sign? Because, you see, if someone from one side were to try and pretend to be on the other...
Oh, yes, that happens.
But I suppose just because the majority are ordinary, they don't. I mean, they won't. But these others, the remarkable chaps, the ones who have a right to stick a knife in other people...
Yes.
Are you going to...
Am I going to what?
Take your shot, Mr. Raskolnikov.
Of course.
Are there a lot of these others? Might be a bit scary if there were.
Oh, don't worry about that. There are very few people in any generation capable of being truly original.
So if some young chap reckons he's a Napoleon or a Newton, but he's short of money, just say for argument's sake that he's short of money, then might they start a whole series of robberies or killings to finance their destiny? All quite legal and justified from their point of view.
I can hardly be responsible for what some young man might believe, Inspector. Yours. Go and catch your Napoleon of thieves.
And when we do...
Serves him right.
And his conscience.
And what's his conscience got to do with you?
Well... out of interest.
If he has a great conscience, he'll suffer greatly.
You know, I hate these shots where you have to bend the ball, put a spin on it. Oh, just one more little question, if you will indulge me. There you are. I knew it. What a fool. Always too ambitious, my ma used to say. I mean, when you were writing this article, sir, did you just the tiniest bit think of yourself as being one of these remarkable men?
If you want to put spin on the ball, you need to hit it just so.
Remarkable.
And supposing that I did.
And for the furtherance of mankind's destiny, would you rob someone? I mean, murder someone?
If I did, I wouldn't tell you.
No. Just me being curious. I'm sure you wouldn't, sir. Still, that's settled. And, one thing I wanted to ask.
Yes?
When you pledged your... the last time, did you... It's these painters. We want to try and fix their whereabouts during the time leading up to the crime. I mean, obviously, we're charging one of them, but we want We need to be,
I'd heard that one of them had been arrested.
Did you see them when you were there, in one of the flats, or on the landing?
2 painters. They were... Well, I wasn't there on the day of the murder, so I couldn't have seen them.
Oh.
Because I was there the week before.
Oh, how stupid of me. I got it all mixed up.
Not like you at all, Parfiri.
Not like me to get beaten at billiards, but I just did. Lucky we weren't playing for money, eh, Mr. Raskolnikov? Or who knows what the remarkable man might have been driven to. No, I'm just worried about these lads, the painters, you know. I hate to see a man go down for something that he didn't do. What about you, Mr. Raskolnikov?
Well, Inspector, perhaps we'll play again, and who knows?
Who knows? I like that. Very good. Who knows? Yes, who knows, next time I might play my proper game. I remember my old boss on the force. He used to play billiards, and he used to beat me, and he would say, Parfiri, it isn't that I win, it's that you lose. From the moment you look across the table at me and say to yourself...
He knows. He knows.
This man is too good for me. Why, sooner or later, inevitably, you are going to lose, and you know it. Well, that's what he used to say.
What was he talking about? I simply can't believe he thought you... That's crazy.
He's annoyed he hasn't got any facts, nothing to pin down the killer. He's casting around. He's desperate, this Porphyry of yours. Maybe he just wanted to frighten me. Who cares? Won't even try to explain it.
I felt like thumping him.
He put it well, though. He knows his business.
He doesn't know anything. I ought to go back and make him apologise. I mean, as if you'd fall for that. Oh, yes, I saw the painters there, Inspector. I mean, even if you had been there, you wouldn't have...
Oh, no, if I'd been there, I would have said, yes, I saw them.
What? You'd be speaking against yourself.
Because only a stupid man would lie about everything. A man with even a bit of sense will try and stay as near the truth as he possibly can. That way the details, you see, the details won't let him down. I'd say I was passing by at some other time on the day of the murder and saw the painters, something like that. So that later, if the painters came up in conversation because I'd made a slip, why, they'd already...
It's beyond me.
But not beyond Porphyry.
And he's a fool.
On the contrary. You know, I'm even beginning to find some of this fascinating.
We'd better get a move on if we're going to meet up with your sister and her intended for supper.
I haven't said I'll come.
But you must. They expect you.
They don't need me. You'll be there to protect Dunya.
Well, I know. That's...
You're blushing, Dmitri. Don't try to deny it. Well, why not? Good luck to you, and get along there now.
What about you? Will you come?
I've got something I have to do back at my place, and then if I feel like it, yes, I'll come.
Good man. Later, then.
Later, then.
You better check the hole in the wall, hadn't you? Why should I? In case you're a fool and forgot something. Impossible. Left a watch or a necklace there. Oh, stop it. Oh, yes. Definitely the act of a Napoleon. Stop it. You should have known yourself better. Should have thought before you picked up the axe and got blood on your hands. Napoleon? Raskolnikov. Napoleon? Sacks Toulon, makes a slaughterhouse of Paris, forgets an army in Egypt, expends 500,000 men outside Moscow, and when he dies, they put up monuments. Raskolnikov? Would they find Napoleon skulking under the bed of some old bag of a money? Stop! Alyona, if she were to appear now at the top of the stairs outside your room, fit, well, and if all this was over, would you kill her again? Smash open her stupid skull with the blunt end of the axe? Yes. What did you say that day? Hello, Alyona. Hello, brought you something. Here, look at it. Here, look. Hello, Lizzie. I've seen you around. Here, look. But why are you here? Go away. I don't want to. How odd. You think of Alyona. You hear the crack of her skull. But you don't think of Lizzie, with the axe in her face. The innocent, the meek, the helpless. Blessed are the Lizzies and the Sonias of the world, for they are insulted and injured, and on the day of judgment he will say unto them, are you going to check then, Napoleon, eh? Get down on your knees and scrabble behind the wallpaper to see if you've left any clues. Nothing. for all eternity. Trapped for all eternity. And what if eternity is nothing wonderful, nothing awesome, but only some filthy bathroom with cracked basins and piss on the floor and spiders in the corner? Huge, black, scuttling spiders. Oh, oh, oh.
Good evening, Mother. Dunya. And Mr. Luzhin. How nice to see you again.
Oh, Mr. Luzhin. Oh, Peter, this is Dmitri Razumikin, who I told you about, who's been so kind and helpful to Dunya and I since we've arrived.
We have met before. Briefly.
Mrs. Raskolnikova, Miss Dunya. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Luzhin.
Peter?
Perhaps you didn't hear me.
I have, unfortunately, some business.
Do stay, please. Peter, you were planning to stay all evening, weren't you? And wasn't there something you wanted to say to Mother?
I did want to say something, yes. I wanted to talk to both of you. About some rather important, I say, matters. However, you cannot possibly, my dear Miss Dunya, fail to be unaware of the presence of your brother in this room, which would lead us to assume, would it not, that my capital and most urgent request has not been fulfilled.
I insisted he be present, Peter. No, wait. You wrote that my brother had insulted you. I think this should be explained, and that the two of you should make peace. And if Rodia did insult you, then he must and he will apologise. Fully.
There are certain insults that cannot, I say cannot, be forgotten. There is a line in all things that is dangerous to step across.
Sorry, what do you...
For once it is crossed, it is impossible to recross it backwards again.
Look, everything depends on this, Peter. Try to see that. We must settle this before we go anywhere else. If you value me, Peter, then you must listen to me.
I value and adore. I say adore you. But I do not adore all the members of your family. I have claimed the happiness of your hand. Indeed I have. But that does not oblige me. I say oblige me.
Stop being so touchy. Be the noble and intelligent man I've always thought you to be, that I want you to be. My brother knew nothing of what I was going to say.
You can say that again.
But if you do not make peace, Peter Luzhin, I shall have to choose between you and him. That's how it's been put by both of you. I don't want to make a wrong choice, but it seems if you have your way, I must break with Rodia, and if he has his way, I must break with you.
Dunya, your words. I hear them, and they are offensive to me in view of the position I have the honour of occupying in relation to you.
Oh, Roger, stop it.
You seem to compare me on an equal footing, I say footing, as this
former student?
Him or me? Aye. That shows what you think of me, how little you think of me, and this in the light of all the obligations between us.
I place you next to someone after Mother that I care most about in the world, and you think that's an insult?
Love for one's future life companion, I say companion, should exceed love for one's brother. Nevertheless, I say...
Nevertheless...
Because of my deep respect for you, Miss Dunya, I will explain. When I saw your brother, he offended me by distorting, I say, a sentiment I had shared in confidence with your mother, and which she, I assume, passed on to him in a letter. Namely, my view that marriage to a poor girl who has experienced life's difficulties is more profitable with regard to matrimony than marriage with a girl who has not. Mrs. Raskolnikova, did you send such a letter to your son?
I forgot. I don't know. Perhaps Roger exaggerated.
But he must have exaggerated something.
The fact that we're here shows we didn't take your words badly, Peter.
Well said, Mother.
What? Am I supposed to be to blame here?
Besides, what about the letter you wrote?
Yeah, saying untrue things about...
What was untrue about my letter?
You said I gave money not to the wife of the man Marmeladov, but to the daughter, who you said was...
I said you gave away the money your mother scraped together for you with great difficulty. And do you say that every member of that family is as decent as...
More decent than you.
Decent enough to introduce into decent society?
I have already introduced her to Mother and Dunya. She sat beside Dunya.
How appropriate.
Oh. How dare you?
Well, Dunya, what do you say now about Mr. Luzhin? Such charm.
At least I don't consort with...
That's enough, Mr. Luzhin.
We may be poor, but that does not mean we are for sale.
Oh, Miss Dunya, well said. Sorry.
If I walk out this door, then I shall never, I say never, come back through it. Think it over. My resolve is firm.
I don't want you to come back.
Do you realise, Dunya Raskolnikova, this has cost quite a lot of money?
You have spent nothing on us. We paid our own fare. We even had to pay for a carriage from the station.
That's enough, Mother. Let him go.
Oh, I will. But before I do, I want to remind you that even though you were thrown out of your job as governess for shameful behaviour, I still took you on.
Enough, sir, or by God, I'll take you on and give you a damn good
Mr.
thrashing.
Toad Luzhin, be so good as to get out. I say, get out.
Oh, you, Mr. Raskolnikov. You and I will meet again. And next time...
Well.
It's my fault most of all.
Dunya, don't.
I was tempted by his money, but I swear I never imagined... If I'd seen him for what he really is sooner,
God has delivered us.
So, what now?
We pack up and go back home. What else?
No! I mean, don't do that. You should all be together here in Petersburg. I mean, life in some backwater, what would you do? Besides, Luzhin will be there and everything else if you stay here.
But what are we to do, Mr. Razumikin?
Do? Why, look, I've got a project, books.
Books?
Selling, publishing. This uncle of mine, he's been on at me for a couple of years to borrow some cash at really good interest. Most publishers don't really care about their books. It's just a business. But if we would run it properly as a business, but also publish the books we cared about. We could do it together.
I like what you say, Mr. Razumikin.
I don't know.
Rodia?
It could be done. I've no doubt at all that Dmitri could run a business. And there are books that would be successful and worth publishing.
That's the spirit, brother.
You've time enough to decide, but I have to go somewhere.
Now? Why on earth
Well, it's not as if you're burying me, Dunya, or saying goodbye forever. Though maybe this will be the last time we see each other.
What do you mean? What's the matter with you?
I just have to go, that's all.
Oh, there's so much to decide, Rodia.
I want to be alone. Don't try to find me. I'll find you, if I have to. If you love me, leave me alone, or I'll start hating you.
Oh, Rodia, what is wrong with you?
What are you doing to her?
It's all right. It's all right. I just have to...
You can't do this.
Dmitri, don't ask me about anything, ever. I have no answers. Don't try and find me. I will find you. Leave me, but don't leave them. Look after them. Always.
Always, brother.
Always, brother.
Who's there?
Raskolnikov to see you, Sonia.
Oh.
It's late, I know.
Yes.
Like a child's drawing of a room. 4 walls, a table, and a bed.
The last time. This is... I may never see you again.
No. Oh.
And a window.
Are you going away?
Everything's different, you see.
You won't tomorrow
I don't
at
know.
the funeral.
I don't know. I came to speak to you. Come here, Sonia. Please. Look at your fingers. So pale. You can almost see through them.
They've always been like that.
Even when you were living at home?
Yes.
You rent from your...
Yes.
This room is so empty. I'd be scared here at night.
Oh, no. They're nice. The landlord, the children, they come and see me.
You know, your father told me everything about you. About the first time you went out and came back, how your mother...
She's my stepmother.
She knelt by your bed. All that. You were out walking. Did she beat you before, your stepmother, for being your father's daughter?
She had so much to put up with. She wanted so much.
She pulled your father's hair out.
You don't understand how it is. She keeps worrying about the funeral. She wants it all to be respectable, and she hasn't got the money, and she thinks you'll be that you'll... Her father was an officer. She thought it would all be different. She went out to buy shoes for the little ones for the funeral, and there were these really nice shoes in the shop, and she didn't have enough money, and right there in the shop she started crying, and...
Well, I can see why you live as you do.
No, you can't! I was horrid the other day. It's not her fault.
You were horrid.
I got some lace collars from Lizzie at the market for lace collars, and I took them home, and she said, "They're so nice, can I have one?" And I said, "What would you do with them?" And she said, "Please." Oh, what does it matter to you or anyone else?
Well, Lizzie.
Simple Lizzie at the Haymarket. Why?
Your mother's got consumption, hasn't she?
What? I don't know, maybe. It's all...
Better all the same if she dies.
No, it's the worry.
And the kids? The little ones? Where will they go when she dies?
Stop it, I don't know.
Or what if you get ill, Sonia, or get some disease? What happens then?
Stop it, it can't happen.
Well, why not? You'll end up in the whores ward, and they'll end up on the street without your money. Your mother will start coughing and coughing until she coughs her lungs up, and she'll die. And the kids, the little ones...
Oh, God, no.
Well, maybe you've got a little something set aside for a rainy day.
Nothing.
So you don't get money every day?
Only when I have to.
It'll probably be the same with little Polenka.
No! She's only 10! God wouldn't allow it!
He allows it with other children. Why not Polenka?
No! God will look after her!
Maybe there isn't a God. Only spiders.
You... What are you doing? Get up!
I wasn't kneeling to you. I was kneeling to everyone who suffers. Today, I told someone they were nothing compared to you, that I did my sister an honour when I sat you beside her.
No, I'm a great sinner.
I said it not for your sin, but your suffering. Yes, you are a sinner because you destroyed yourself and betrayed yourself for no reason at all. Isn't that it? That you live in this filthy world being used by scum, and you know, if only you'd look, that you aren't helping anyone by it. You'd do better to jump in the river and drown yourself.
And what will happen to them if I did?
Oh, she sees herself there, dead on the riverbank. She does. Does she deserve that? What else is there? She could go crazy or just go on and on, deeper and deeper into this life. No, for someone like her, there must be mercy. Oh? Does she think she's going to get out of it alive? Does she expect a miracle? Ah, then she's crazy already. Crazy Sonia.
Do you believe in God? I mean, excuse me for being so curious.
Yes, I do.
And Lazarus. Do you believe in the raising of Lazarus?
Do you pray to God, Sonia?
Yes, I do a lot.
And what does he do for you?
Who are you? What right have you got even to ask that?
That's it.
He does everything.
A miracle. Maybe this is how she survives. Don't you see it now? A holy fool. A holy whore.
What's that on the table?
Lizzie got it for me.
A Bible?
Yes.
Lizzie, what goes around comes around.
The bit about Lazarus. You know it?
Yes.
Find it and read it to me.
About 3 weeks. And welcome to the loony bin, Sonia. Only I'll probably be there first if it goes on like this.
Here. You never read it?
A long time ago in school.
Not in church.
Not recently. What about you, Sonia? Do you go?
I went last week. For Lizzie, who was killed with an axe.
Were you friends with her?
We used to chat a bit. She wasn't really mad. She'll be with God.
Read.
What's it to you? You don't believe in it, do you?
Just read it.
Now, a certain man was sick, named Lazarus.
She doesn't want to do it. To expose this part of herself to me, a stranger. This is her secret, most secret part, her treasure. And though she is terrified of showing it, she is somehow... It's so clear. Desperate to share it with you. Here, now, in this place. This place. This bathroom with its dirty shadows and its spiders. She is not afraid to be here.
And Jesus said, Take away the stone. And Martha, the sister of him that was dead, saith unto him, Lord, by this time he hath been dead 4 days. And Jesus said unto her, If thou wouldst believe, thou shouldst see the glory of God. Then they took away the stone from the place. And Jesus lifted up his eyes and said, Father, I thank thee that thou hast heard me, and I know that thou hearest me always. But because of the people that stand by, I said it, that they may believe that thou hast sent me. And when he thus had spoken, he cried with a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth. And he that was dead came forth.
I came to talk business. No, wait. Today I left my family, my mother, my sister. I won't go there again. I've finished with that.
Why?
I have only you now, Sonia. We're cursed together, so let's go together.
Are you all right? Go where?
I don't know, somewhere, anywhere. You see, I'm the only one who can understand you. And I need you, so I've come to you.
But I don't understand.
You've done it too, you see? You've stepped over. You've destroyed a life, your own life. And if you stay alone, you'll go crazy, like me. We must go together on the same path.
Why? Why do you say that?
Because we can't stay like we are now. We can't cry because God won't let us live like we want to. What if you are taken to hospital tomorrow? What if your mother dies? What if the little ones become thieves and poligers on some street corner? Children can't be children in those circumstances. But children are the image of Christ.
But what can we do?
Smash what needs to be smashed once and for all, and take the suffering upon ourselves. Freedom and power, remember that. Above all, power. We may never talk again. If not, you'll hear about everything soon enough, and you'll remember what I said, and you'll understand what I meant. But if I come back tomorrow, I'll tell you who killed Lizzie and her sister.
You know?
I'll tell you alone. I've chosen you. I won't ask forgiveness. I'll simply tell you. I chose you a long time ago, Sonia. Oh, yes. Back when your father was telling me all about you and Lizzie and Alyona were still alive. I thought of it then. Goodbye, Sonia. Goodbye. I've come to see Inspector Petrov.
He's expecting you. Go through.
Yes. Mr. Raskolnikov, come in. So you've come back.
You asked me to come back.
Did I? I suppose, yes, I did. Sit down. Sit down. Oh, just a few things to clear up, a few loose ends.
You wanted to ask a few things about the murdered women, about me, my relationship with them.
You were training to be a lawyer, were you not?
What? Yes, I was.
Well, here's a little example of police work. Maybe one day it'll come in useful professionally. A criminal, let us say, that I wish to arrest. Now, if he's a housebreaker, a street thief, whatever. And if I have some evidence, I might arrest him at once, to get him out of circulation. But if my man is not a habitual criminal, and if I do not quite yet have the evidence, then why should I arrest him? I'd be giving him a position to fight from, wouldn't I? Something to defend, yes?
I'm not a policeman, how would I know?
He would be able to dig in, prepare for a siege. But if I allowed him to stay free, not bring him in or bother him, if I let him wander where he wanted, but had him watched every moment of the day and night, why, he might do something stupid, because he simply had to see, had to look.
He might run away.
Where to? Anyway, not this man. No, he's different. Now, you might say he's one of us. He's like you or me. He's a thinker. No, he wouldn't run. He'd be fascinated, obsessed even by his opponent, the investigator. Oh, believe me, Roger, it exists. The investigator is the flame to the moth who keeps circling closer and closer until...
What evidence do you have that this person is the one you want? He might, after all, be innocent.
True. It may all be circumstantial. After all, we all make mistakes. Our man finds himself in a hot office. He's ill. Someone starts talking about the crime. He faints. Well, that's the body. The mind says, stand up. The body goes, whoops. Or his name is on a sheet of paper at the scene of the crime. So are many names. He has written an article about... Oh, you're pale. Shall I open a window?
You think I killed the old woman? If you think you have the evidence to arrest me, then arrest me, but do not keep tormenting me.
Glass of water?
I will not allow it.
You went back.
I will not allow it.
Caretaker saw you. Always someone, isn't there?
I went to Alyona's apartment, yes. I was curious. I wanted to see the place. Is that a crime?
I'm sorry, Mr. Raskolnikov. Were we talking about a crime that you might have committed? I'm an investigator. If I thought you were, say, the killer in this case, then I won't bore you with the procedure. No, Roger, I don't see you as a murderer.
You're lying. You keep twisting and turning. I won't put up with it. I won't.
Then perhaps you should tell me exactly what happened.
Oh, you had them waiting, did you? Well, let's have them in. Your witnesses, your assistants, whatever. Go on, bring them in. I'm ready.
Episode 3.
Go on, bring them in.
This isn't right. Wait. Sergeant, what the hell?
You better take a look at this, sir.
Oh. Well, Mr. Raskolnikov. I wish to give testimony. I killed the old woman Alyona and her sister Lizzie with an axe. I was confused at the time. I didn't know what I was doing. My brother Mike is not guilty. I alone am guilty of this crime. May God, etc., and so on. Signed, Nikolai Ostrovsky, painter and decorator. How did they get this load of bull? Well, again.
You didn't expect this.
Neither did you.
So you have nothing else you'd like to ask me, Inspector?
Wonderful sense of humour you have, Mr. Raskolnikov. No, I don't have anything else I wish to ask you. Looks like it's all cleared up now, doesn't it?
Well, then there's no reason for me to stay, is there?
None at all, but come again if you...
I think this is goodbye, Inspector.
Just a moment, sir. One little word, sir, if I may.
Isn't anybody doing any work around?
We will have to ask you a thing or two formally, you understand, just to clear up. Official, since you were a customer of Alyona's. Just technical stuff for the records.
Look, I'm sorry. If I was short with you, if I lost my temper.
Easily done, after all. But maybe we will have that game of billiards, eh? One day.
And get to know each other
properly. Get to know each other.
Now that you have your man.
Now that we have our man. And you're off to...
A funeral, as it happens.
Yes, of course, the official, Marmeladov. Know his daughter.
What? Did you say I know his daughter, or you, the police, know his daughter?
You know, Roger, I like you. Maybe I shouldn't say it, but there's something about you that in your way you really are an interesting young man.
Look, I have to go now. The funeral.
And because I do like you, I'm going to tell you something. Now, goodness knows why, but, well, you know how it is during an investigation. No, well, I don't suppose you do, but all sorts of things come up.
What do you mean?
Your sister's fiancé, ex-fiancé, Mr. Luzhin.
What do you know about the toad?
I know that he does not like you one little bit. He regards you as the architect. I say architect of his tragedy.
You mean his attempt to buy my sister, Dunya?
Whatever.
So what is it to you, Inspector?
I see things as a policeman. I see effects and I look for causes. Sometimes I happen across causes and I look for effects.
Are we back with Alyona?
No, my dear young man. Don't be so ready to take offense. We have our killer, as you have pointed out.
Well, then?
Mr. Luzhin is lodging cheaply, a respectable enough place. He felt this was appropriate whilst the apartment being prepared for his married bliss was being furnished.
I hope it drags him down to hell.
Oh, it will certainly cost him, since he wasn't able to get refunds on the furniture or the rent paid in advance.
That'll sting the toad.
It will make him angry. It will feed his desire to hurt you, Rodya.
How can he hurt me?
Through those you care about.
He'd never dare touch Mother or Dunya. Besides, Dmitri Razumikhin is looking out for them.
Not them, but say the daughter of a family who lodge in the same building. A family who have suffered a loss recently, who hold a funeral supper today.
Sonia? What do you mean? Tell me.
He knows of your connection with her.
He wrote a filthy letter to my mother about her. A vile insect's letter.
He means you harm, Roger. And he'll get to you through her. Now be careful. Be very careful.
You owe me no favours. I just laughed in your face. Why are you doing this? Why?
Maybe because we both care about the truth. And now I have work to do. We must talk another time. Goodbye.
Why did he warn you? What does he really care about Sonia or the truth? Or is he telling you that you're being watched, and that anyone connected with you is being watched? No, that's not true. It can't be true. But then maybe he only wants to make you believe it's true. Or believe in the truth. So everything's double-ended now. And despite the painter and his confession, nothing is over at all between us. Nothing.
Oh, Mr. Raskolnikov, here you are at last.
Mrs. Marmeladov, I'm sorry I couldn't get to the funeral. I had another appointment.
Oh, it doesn't matter, really. It doesn't matter at all. As you see, the guests have arrived, but... well, I must apologize for the quality. Yes, the quality.
The food will...
Not the food, sir. Through your own generosity, we have been able to provide a proper meal to remember my dear, poor, unfortunate husband. So it's the guests. I invited all the better lodgers, but unfortunately circumstances prevented. And only the... see those Poles over there? Nice people, but... And Captain Gregoriev. Actually, he was only a sergeant, and well, Mr. Luzhin, who had been so concerned and kind since only yesterday. Mr. Luzhin, yes, he actually gave dear Sonia 10 rubles to help with things. But he unfortunately doesn't.
Really, Mrs. Marmeladov, it doesn't matter.
Of course, I had to invite our landlady, Amalia.
Katerina, dearie, who is the young man, eh?
Not really our kind of person, you understand, a bit common. Amalia! This is Mr. Raskolnikov, a student.
Pleased to meet you.
Oh, yeah, quite a nice young man, yeah?
Yeah, yes. Amalia has been very helpful with the meal.
Nothing it is, Katie. The forks and knives are mine, the glasses, the cloth is mine, the pancakes is cooked on my stove, but help, I am happy to, yeah? For such a sad time, no? At such times, we who are fortunate must help those who are not, yeah?
Why don't you go and sit down, Amalia, dear? I think there's an end of sausage unfinished on your plate.
Waste not, want not, Katie, dear, yeah?
It's a few years since she's seen her waist, stupid fat goose.
Are you all right?
Yes, of course. Yes, Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, look at those Poles. guzzling. Hey, Wojtek! Don't hold back. Have some more vodka. Go on, all of you.
It's good stuff. It's real stuff. Burns like fire, warms the heart.
Go on, Captain. Have another beer. Drinks us out of house and home.
Damn good feed, madame. Good beer and good scoff as well.
See those two? They think they're classy. They're no better than... Amalia!
Yeah, Katie, I hear you.
If those two friends of yours steal the spoon, don't come running to me.
That is not so funny, yeah?
No. She doesn't get it. Sitting there, gawking like a... She invites those two. But not the better class of tenant. Oh, no, even though I asked her to. I said, please.
Can I pour you a glass of this wine?
Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, if only Mr. Lucian manages to come, he would so raise the tone of the evening, don't you agree?
I think that I know that young lady. Hello, Polenka.
Hello, you.
Manners, please, Polenka.
It's all right, we're old friends, aren't we?
I talked to him the other day. It's all right. He's nice. Not like that other one.
Mr. Lucian is a gentleman of the most gentlemanly.
I call him the Toad.
Here, Roger. I'll tell you something he did. Come on.
Excuse me, just a moment, Mrs. Marmeladov.
Of course. Ah, Captain. Not drunk your way through all the beer yet?
Not at all, dear lady. Not like some I could name.
I won't pretend that Councillor Marmeladov didn't on occasion have a glass or two.
10 or 15.
Too many. But he was a kind man. A noble man who respected his family.
Katie, where's your Sonia? She's late. Not out working today, I hope.
And yes, he got into bad company. But he always carried something. A sweet or something for the children in his pocket. And some said, oh, there you are again, Mr. Raskolnikov. Sit down, sit down.
Or she might get strict and pull your hair out.
And not only a little clumps. That's not how she does it, eh? Whole handfuls.
These people, they're just insects. Or are they just trying to make do? To make the best of whatever you were to squash them with your boot.
Yes, I pulled his hair out. And he used to sit there in that corner. And he'd look at me and... I'd feel so sorry for him. But I knew that if kindness would not help. Oh, Sonia, at last, where have you...
Mama, are you all right?
She was getting excited, that's all.
To be worried, there is no reason. All of you, carry on, yeah?
No, it's my table. How dare she?
Mother, please, drink some of this.
Did you see Mr. Lucian? Did you press the invitation?
He said he might come later.
He's taken an interest in us, you know.
You told me.
And, well, he said nothing for certain, but he hinted that perhaps he might back my scheme for a girls' school. Actually, more a college for young ladies.
A school you're still thinking of, Katie, yeah?
A college, Amalia. Because, as I'm sure you know, having been brought up myself in such institutions...
Institutions?
I do understand something of the proper behaviour, Captain, that is expected in society.
Yeah, a college is good. Money you could make, yeah.
It's not the money, it's the position.
No. Me you believe, honey. It's the money.
Well, of course, Amalia, you and I would have different priorities.
Like paying the rent on time?
And, of course, my Sonia would make a wonderful assistant.
What would she teach him?
That little flat back.
You'll go mad if you don't get away from this. But maybe you are mad. Or in hell. Or...
Well, of course, Amalia, you wouldn't know about society or manners, would you? Since you probably spent your youth tying the string round the ends of fat German sausages!
What did you say? You charity case?
Enter the Toad.
Mr. Lucian, thank goodness you've arrived. Please tell this person...
Forgive me, madame.
Madame.
I have no intention in being part of this strife. I say strife between you and your landlady. I have come on another matter and wish to speak at once with your stepdaughter, Sonia. Be so good as to get out of the way.
What?
Sonia, come here. Now I have to tell you that a banknote value 100 rubles has vanished from my room. You were there in that room yesterday, were you not?
Yes, but...
When I gave you 10, I say 10 rubles out of charity.
You see? Charity case, yeah?
To help your family at this difficult time. The money was there when you entered the room. It was not there after you left.
Oh, no.
Now, I am a fair man, and I know your circumstances, and if you return the money to me now in front of these witnesses, then we'll say no more about it. You all hear what I say. Well, miss, what is it to be?
I don't know anything.
You don't know anything. Perhaps you should try thinking, miss. I'm not vindictive. I merely want the truth and my money back.
I didn't.
That's all.
I didn't.
Now, look here. I am a lawyer. Do you think I would make a false accusation? Eh? Do you, miss? Do you deny you were in my room and that I gave you 10 rubles?
No.
I gave you 10 rubles and you returned the kindness by stealing. I say stealing 100. That's not very nice, is it, miss? You have been very bad and you must be taught a lesson, and you will be, unless you admit your theft here and now.
Oh, God.
No, nothing. Nothing at all. Amalia Ivanovna, be so good as to send the caretaker for the police.
That was stealing. Yeah again.
Remember, I say those words. The police will want me here.
You accuse Sonia of stealing? Sonia, how could you even have taken 10 rubles from this? Give it to me at once. Now, you have it back. Go on, eat it. Eat your filthy money.
Get her off me, she's crazy.
You, any of you, how dare you think that she would steal? Here, look, all of you. Sonia, show them. Our pockets are empty, all our pockets are.
Well, there you are, madame, folded into a little square at the bottom of her pocket. 100 rubles.
I didn't take it. I don't know anything.
She didn't. No, we never.
Calm down, please. I'm not accusing you, just your stepdaughter. And now that the truth is out and everyone can see this young woman for what she is...
No!
Well, I am not, as I said, a vindictive. I say vindictive man. And I am content to let this be a lesson, miss. As for the rest, let it pass. I have finished. Good evening, Mr. Raskolnikov. Would you be so good as to step aside?
Not yet, Mr. Luzhin. I have something to say first.
Nothing that I wish to hear.
Stay where you are. This man recently became engaged to my sister. After he showed himself to be unworthy, she threw him out. He considered it to be my fault. He made it his business to follow me, to write a lying letter to my mother about my relationship with Sonia Marmeladov, and finally he hoped to humiliate me by harming her.
Words are cheap, but here is 100 rubles.
For a man with money, charity comes pretty cheap at 10 rubles, doesn't it?
Out of the goodness of my heart.
But that wasn't all you gave, was it?
What are you talking about?
After you'd given her the 10, you saw her out of your room.
Yes.
But you stopped her for a moment on the landing and put your hand on her shoulder and told her that you were considering helping her mother start her college for girls.
And so what if I did?
And as she turned to go, your hand moved down to her pocket and slipped something into it.
Total utter rubbish. I say rubbish!
It isn't rubbish. I saw you.
You?
I was waiting for Sonia, and you came out with her, and I saw you do it.
How could you?
I was in the corner down beside the coats. You didn't see me, but I saw you.
You're lying. They've put you up to this.
I reckoned you were being kind without letting on, like you were embarrassed about it. But I knew you weren't nice and you were up to something else.
You don't believe this little...
You don't sound like as if she's lying, sir. Not to me, sir.
I know the little one. She's a good kitty.
You are the liar!
I am not to be intimidated. Kindly step aside. The thief has been more than exposed, and I shall pursue this. I say pursue this. The courts are not blind or drunk. They will not believe in this whore and her sister.
Oh.
Get out of my way.
Goodbye, Mr. Luzhin.
Oh, let him go! Sonia! Sonia, wait!
Run, Sonia. Run away. Get out of there. You have to get away. Get away.
Hello. You must be Lizzie. I've seen you around. Don't worry, I won't hurt you. I just have to...
Didn't even put her hands up. And now you have to tell Sonia who killed them both. No, you don't have to do anything. Who is she? What does she matter to you? To me? To Rodion Raskolnikov? And you will say nothing, because after all, what is she to you? What are any of them to you?
What would have happened to me if you hadn't been there?
What would have happened? Do you see why it happened? How he was able to do it? Because of what you are.
Oh, don't talk like you did before. There's enough pain. I shouldn't have left. What are they doing?
Crying, shouting, drinking. Your mother is coughing up blood.
Oh, my God, I should have stayed with her.
Oh, stop. Just for one moment thinking of them. They know where to find you. Sonia, I have to ask you a question. Suppose that you knew what that toad Luzhin was going to do before he did it.
How could I?
Never mind how. Say you knew. And say I hadn't been there and Paulinka hadn't seen him.
Oh, God, don't say that.
And say you had been put in prison. And say your mother was thrown out in the cold with her TB, and so she died. And suppose the little ones ended up in some home and Paulinka ended up in some room like this. Suppose all that, and suppose you could stop it all just by turning a handle that would kill the toad. So either Luzhin dies or your mother dies and Paulinka ends up on the streets. And you'd never get caught and no one would ever know.
I thought you were going to ask something like that.
And?
And it could never happen.
So you'd let Luzhin live?
How could I decide? No one put me here to work out that kind of thing. It's God.
Oh, once he gets mixed up in it, you can forget everything.
Look, what do you want? You're not going to hurt me again, are you?
I said yesterday I wouldn't ask forgiveness. And now I was talking about Luzhin for myself, not you. I was seeking forgiveness.
Were you? From her? Yes, I was. Forgiveness. Well, maybe a second ago, but now. Look at her sweet little innocent suffering face. Sitting there like she could forgive anything. Like there's nothing you can do that would make her turn that sweet little innocent forgiving face away. She is. She's almost a saint. There are no saints. Only hypocrites. Do something about it. Go on, get an axe and swing it into that sugary white flesh. Split that forgiving face. Yes, do it now. Crush her skull like a cockroach shell. Now, right now, this second. See how much she forgives you then.
Sonia, come here. Sit beside me.
Why?
You trust me, don't you? Just come. That's it. Come to me.
What is it? What's the matter with you?
Why do I hurt you like this? Eh? Do you know?
You must be in so much pain.
Yesterday, I said I would tell you who killed Lizzie and Alyona. So here I am.
How do you know?
I know.
Has he been found?
No.
Then how do you...
Guess.
It scares me.
I must be a good friend of his, since I know.
Yes?
He didn't want to kill Lizzie. He wanted to kill the old woman. He thought she was alone. Lizzie came home, so he killed her too.
He killed her too. He...
So you can't guess?
No.
Sonia, look at me. You've guessed. Sonia.
What have you done to yourself? Oh, God.
How can you hold me now?
No one in the whole world is unhappier than you.
You won't leave me.
Never. I'll follow you. Oh, Lord, where were you? Where was he? Oh, Lord, why didn't I find him before?
I'm here.
Now that you've come, we'll be together. I'll follow you into exile. I'll go to hard labour with you, wherever they send you. It doesn't matter how far.
Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe you don't want to go into hard labour.
How could you make yourself do it?
It was necessary.
thought you were hungry to help your mother.
No, Sonia, no, I wasn't that hungry. Yes, I did want to help my mother, but somehow that's not it either. No, stop. Stop this, Sonia.
I don't see how it can be true. I mean, you gave away all your money to us, and then you killed someone to get money. Oh, God, it wasn't what you gave us. It wasn't the same.
No, it wasn't the same money. My mother, she sent me some. It was mine. My money I gave you. And Alyona's money, I don't even know if there was any money. I grabbed a purse. It was round her neck, and I didn't look inside. And the things, cufflinks and chains and stuff, I didn't even... Earrings, I buried it under this place, under a stone. It's still there.
But for robbery, for a robbery, you didn't take anything. How could it be a robbery?
I haven't decided if I'm going to take the money or not yet. What a stupid thing to say. How could I? You know, I'll tell you, yes? If I'd killed them just because I was hungry, then I would be quite happy now. And what difference does it make to you anyway, eh? What do you care that I've told you what I did? Does it make you feel better than me? Is this why I came? I asked you yesterday because you're the only one I have left.
Asked me what?
Not to do anything bad. Don't worry. And you know, it's only now that I've worked it out, what I was asking. I didn't know what I was asking. I wanted one thing. To ask you not to leave me. You won't leave me, will you, Sonia?
She holds your hand, and you look into her eyes and ask yourself why. Why did I tell her?
Now you want to know why, Sonia. And what can I tell you? Because you won't understand. You'll only drive yourself crazy trying to work it out.
No, I will. I will try.
Do I know myself? Because it was too much for me, so I put it onto you? Oh, yes, Sonia hurts, so Roger doesn't.
But you do hurt, don't you?
Oh, we're so different. You're just... Why did I come? Why in hell's name did I come?
No, it's good that you did.
You want to know why I killed them?
Yes.
So I could be Napoleon. Is that clear? Got that?
No, but don't stop, please. I mean, it doesn't matter if I can't work it out, because I'll know. I'll know inside what you really mean.
Will you? All right. Let's say that Napoleon was me, living here in Petersburg. Well, I gave it a lot of thought. And what I understood was that he wouldn't think it shabby. He wouldn't even think about it, not for a second. If he considered it necessary, it would be done. That's all. Done and never ever thought about. So that's what I did. It's funny, but that's exactly how it was.
It's not funny. And I think you should tell me without all this Napoleon stuff. Tell me straight.
Yes. So, my mother and my sister, they were depending on me to make something of myself. Isn't that what they say? Make something of myself? And I wasn't. So for their sake, I needed money, and that's it. I killed Alyona for them.
Stop it. Stop. That's disgusting. How could you make a joke out of it?
But it is the truth. I meant
Oh,
it.
what kind of truth is that?
I killed a cockroach, Sonia. I stepped on it and crushed its shell, and it was dead. That's all.
No, you killed one of God's human beings, not an insect.
I know that. I'm lying. I've been lying for a long time. None of this is what it is. I haven't talked to anyone for... I seem to be getting that headache back again. For days I wouldn't go out. I wouldn't eat. I lay there dreaming and thinking and dreaming. And I thought, people are stupid. Yes, they are. And I thought a thought that nobody had ever thought before in the world. A thought as bright as the sun. Why has no one ever looked at this mindless mass of human insects and placed his foot above it and crushed it? I wanted to do it, to have that courage. And so I killed, for that reason alone.
What about God? You forgot him and he must have given you to the devil.
Oh, you think when I was lying there in the dark that the devil was there beside me?
Don't laugh. That's... Oh, you don't understand anything.
I'm not laughing. Do you think I did it without thinking? I did it with more thought than... I wanted to know. Could I kill? Or was I a cockroach like all the rest? Could I cross over or not? Did I have the courage to smash through the walls that imprisoned every other human being on this planet? Did I have the right to be free and alone? To revalue all the values and to say, I am all that there is?
And you killed.
One day I'll tell you how I did it. Did I kill them? No, I killed myself. Bang, bang. Anyway, it was the devil. It was the devil made me do it. Oh, let me alone, Sonia.
So much suffering.
What do I do now, then?
Now, do. Go. Go. Go to the crossroads and kiss the earth and shout as loud as you can to the whole world, I have killed. And then God will let you be born again. Will you go? Will you go? Will you go so he will forgive you?
So it's hard labour, is it? I have to go and denounce myself.
Oh, yes, you must.
And be forgiven? I won't. I can't.
But how will you go on? How will you talk to your mother? But you said you'd forgotten them already. How could you do that? How could you? Any of it? How can you be so alone?
Don't be a child, Sonia. Them? Who is the them I'm supposed to confess to at these crossroads? Don't you see, Sonia? They have no right to forgive me. I throw that forgiveness back in their faces.
Alone, it'll be too much for you.
Maybe I'll learn to bear the pain, eh? Listen, let's forget all that stuff for now. I came to tell you, they're after me. They're trying to catch me.
Oh, Lord!
So maybe you don't want to go to hard labour now. Don't worry, I'll fight them. Will you visit me when I'm in prison?
Oh, yes. Yes, I will. I will.
No, you better not.
Have you got a cross?
What? A cross to bear? What
A crucifix. Have you got one? Look, have this. It's cypress wood. I've got another. It's all right. Lizzie's brass one. She gave it to me because I was her friend. I gave her my little Virgin Mary. We'll bear the cross together.
Give it to me. No, don't. Later. Maybe later.
When you go to your... When you tell them what you did, then.
Then. But now, Sonia, I must go.
Why have you come back here, to this cupboard? Because this is where it all started. That's crazy. It's all so pointless. Never in my whole life have I felt so utterly alone. And isn't this exactly what you wanted?
Dunya, what are you doing here?
I've been waiting for you.
Why?
Don't be angry, but I know what they suspect. I know you are being persecuted and tortured because of this stupid suspicion.
How do you know?
Lucian. He pushed his way in, said I was unworthy of him, that I was the sister of a... that the police...
He's been to the police?
Something about stolen money. They'd sent him on his way, but he'd heard something or seen something. I don't know. And he said these awful, horrible things. Well, Dmitri says that's why you had to leave, to try and sort it all. I'll tell Mother it's all fine, that there's nothing to... I have to go, Rodya. I do.
Dunya, wait.
What is it?
Dmitri Razumikin. He's a good man.
Yes?
He's practical, hard-working, and he can love someone deeply. Goodbye, Dunya.
Are we really seeing each other for the last time? Is that why you said those things about Dmitri?
It doesn't matter. Goodbye. Kiss me.
Goodbye, Rodya.
Try to keep yourself from doing something stupid. Yes, that's the thing. Not to be stupid. Is it misty? Wrong time of year. But it is, surely. Fog. Mist. Oh, you could walk forever in this and no one would see you. And you would see no one. And it would all go on and on and... The Crystal Palace again. Was it here it all started? When you told that fool Zamyotov how you would have done it? Did he understand what you were saying? Who knows? Who cares? You're hungry. Eat. You have money. Buy food. That's it. Yes. That's all of it.
Rodia! Rodia, where have you been?
What's it to you, Dmitri? I'm here now. I'm going to meet Pie. Any objections?
If you're eating, at least you're not sick.
What do you want?
I just want to find out if you're completely crazy.
What do you think?
I thought you were being such a bastard that you had to be. The way you treated your mother, I mean...
Do you want to explain that one to me?
I mean, either you were a total bastard or you had to be crazy, and I know you're not that bad, so...
I was crazy. When did you last see them?
Not long ago. Tea?
Yes, and
Bring some tea, will you? And the pie, a slice of the pie. Look, your mother is ill. She's worried sick about you. She thinks you're spending time with Sonia Marmeladov, that...
She and I...
I don't know. Yes. Maybe yes. I told her it wasn't like that.
It wasn't like that.
At least talk to me.
Why?
Why? Oh, why, he says. Why? What are we supposed to do? Look at each other? Get drunk or something? Talk. We talk. That's what we do, Rodia. We're supposed to be reasonable people.
I was talking about you, Dmitri, a while ago. To Dunya.
Where?
She came to my room.
And what did you say?
I told her you were a good man. I didn't tell her you loved her because she knows that herself.
She knows?
Of course she does. Look, Dmitri, whatever happens to me, you must look after them.
Is it politics, Rodia? Are you mixed up in some kind of terrorist group or what?
I'm saying this because I know you and I trust
Then
you.
Can't you tell me what's wrong?
You'll find out when you need to know. Trust me.
Oh, we all do. That's the trouble. You don't trust us. I don't think you trust anyone at all. I'll see you then.
Dmitri.
Yes?
You haven't finished your tea. Never mind. Goodbye, Rodia. So, the fight goes on. You're still here. Nothing is going to happen. Everything is going to be all right. You'll eat your beef pie and go home to your cupboard and...
Sit here with the dark and the spiders. Looking at the spiders. For eternity.
So, Mr. Raskolnikov, here we are again.
Everybody seems to think they can just walk into my room without the slightest...
Permission? I'm sorry if I disturb your...
It doesn't matter. I've nothing to hide.
I know.
How?
We searched the room. How else?
And you found nothing.
Sit down, please.
You invite me to sit down in my own room?
You're looking a little feverish.
I'm fine. What do you want?
Smoke? No? You don't mind if I do. These things are going to kill me one day. My doctor, he tells me, cut it out, Porfiry, before it cuts you out. What can you do? I don't drink, so I need something. Eh?
Are you playing games with me, Inspector?
I just want to explain.
There's no need.
But there is. Oh, I saw your sister's ex-fiancé. Nasty piece of work, that one.
Toad. He came to see you?
Well, not me, but we sent him on his way.
Whilst allowing him to find out I was a suspect in the murder case.
Are you?
You tell me.
That's exactly why I'm here. Last time we met, it was an odd little scene, wasn't it, eh?
As I recall, Nikolai the painter...
Yes, of course, what the papers would call a dramatic last-minute intervention saved us all from making a mistake.
You admit I'm innocent, then?
I gave you a pretty bad time, eh? Well, I'm ready to... I know you don't like me. How could you? But I must say I have taken a liking to you. I want to straighten things out between us.
Go on, then.
Obviously, we have to follow the clues, as it were. The clues. Your name on Alyona's accounts. One or two witnesses who seem to have seen someone who might have been you, but might not. You fainting at the police station. The article. I really was impressed with that. You know what I thought?
How could I know what you thought?
It won't end here on paper for a man like this. Well, all circumstantial. And now we have Nikolai the painter. Facts, eh? We have facts. Oh, I was forgetting. The conversation you had with that clerk, Samyotov. You gave him a scare for sure. He came scuttling into my office. Inspector! Inspector! You'd have laughed. You really would. So you can't really blame me if I played the odd trick.
But Nikolai
is a very simple young man. He does his work. He likes a laugh, likes a drink. Sometimes he even steals something. A pair of earrings he sees lying on the stairs. And recently, He's become mixed up with some religious group. You know the sort of thing these young people get caught up with. He's been working his way through the Bible, you know. Ashtray, please.
Use the floor.
You see, with this group, it's a sort of admission fee. Standing up and confessing your sins. After all, we are sinful men. Are we not? Nikolai wanted a sin, a big sin. He's a child. He's surrounded by policemen who offer him a sin, a big sin. They virtually tell him, confess and we will all like you. The church tells him, confess and we'll all like you. What does he do? He confesses. Of course he does. But this isn't a child's crime. This is all about ideas gone very, very bad. This is a modern killing. Self-aware, ironic, theoretical, considered and reconsidered. Not losing you, am I? This is the crime of one who considers himself a pale angel walking amongst men, despising them. This is no Nikolai the painter.
Then who?
Who killed them? You did, Roger. You killed them.
It wasn't me.
There is no one else?
Oh, this is the old game, Inspector. Same old tricks.
I don't care about that anymore, Mr. Raskolnikov. There are no witnesses here, just you and me. Makes no difference whether you confess or not.
Then why are you here? I said it before. If you have any evidence, arrest me, now.
More convenient if I don't.
If you're convinced that I am...
Circumstantial evidence. Nothing firm. No facts. Now, I'm taking a chance here. I'm talking to you openly and honestly. I have an offer for you.
What kind of offer?
You come to my office and confess everything. It'll be better for you, better for me. Now, is that open and plain or not?
But what if you're wrong?
Wrong? Look, I will take you in, lock you up. Sooner or later I'm going to do it. It'll be better for you if you confess.
That's ridiculous. Stupid. It's insulting. If you're going to lock me up anyway, why should I confess? Even supposing I wasn't...
Reduction of sentence. See, if you do, I lose all this suspicion, all this fencing. It looked like you did it when you were not, as they say, of sound mind. Plus, you confess to save poor Nikolai. Why, whatever they give you, you'll walk it. And it'll make things easier for me. Less paperwork, that sort of stuff. Bureaucracy. You know how it is. You can trust me on this.
I don't want your reductions of sentence.
I was afraid of that. Look, don't throw this away. You've got a lot of life left. Don't waste it. You've got talent. You could still have a future.
Because they'll reduce the sentence, I should confess, eh?
Or are you ashamed? It's not like you to be ashamed, I would say.
I spit on your shame.
You see, what's so sad is that you could be a remarkable man, Roger. Everything you want to be, you could be. All you need now is to do what justice asks of you. I know you don't believe that, but it is so. And life will carry you. All you need is clear air, and you will grow.
And who the hell are you to say that?
Me? I'm a finished man. I can feel for you, maybe even know something about you, but I am made. Complete. You will be going through an experience that will change you utterly. When you emerge from it, if you survive it, you will be a new man. Well, who'd have thought it? Power Fury getting all philosophical. Don't tell the lads at the station or I'll never live it down.
How long have I got?
Before I arrest you. 2 days.
What if I run?
You won't. There's no point. You come back to me because you need me. Same thing if I lock you up. Sometime, even after the trial, you'll have to come to me and confess. You won't know, not 10 minutes before, but then you'll be there because you know you have to pay. Very, very appropriate. Thunder rolls. Enter the Demon King. Or were you thinking of going out?
I need some air. Do you object?
How could I? You're a free man.
And then, goodbye. And don't get the idea in your head that I did confess today. I've been listening out of curiosity, that's all.
Of course, and in return, perhaps you'll do something for me. Over the next few hours, if you get any ideas, think you might settle this business some other way, then leave me a note, will you? Just a few lines, but good and clear. No misunderstandings. And wherever you put this stuff,
If you could say where it is, if you could, it'd be a help. Just. Well, goodbye then, Mr. Raskolnikov.
Rain to wash away the guilt. Napoleonic guilt. Guilt of the man who stands alone on the mountaintop. They think you're strange. And anyway, it has to be done.
Mother.
Oh, Roger, you're soaked. You'll catch your death.
Sorry, Mother. I'm sorry. I was out in the rain, that's all.
Oh, don't be sorry, my love. I'm just so glad to see you. Don't worry about anything. I don't want to know. I don't care. I'm just so glad you're here. And I read your article in the magazine. I'm so proud of you. A published author. Look! Look!
Well, so there it is. And yes, you thought you cared about nothing. But there is a tiny spark of pride. Your first published. Oh, it's all rubbish.
There, Mother, take it. I've made it wet.
And it's only a start. You're going to be all your father and I ever hoped. You're going to make a mark in the world, Roger. I know it. And I'll be so proud. It makes everything, all the things I worried about, that dreadful little room, your old clothes, you're not eating. There's a reason for it. You're going to be a remarkable man. They'll point me out in the streets back home. That's the mother of the great author Raskolnikov. I love you so much, Roger. And I worry so much.
Is Sonia here?
Oh, No, she went out. She goes out often. The air. She needs the air. But she misses you, Roger. She does. Oh, I'm forgetting. Coffee. You want coffee? Let me get you a towel. Your hair's still wet. I'll dry it.
Mother, stop. I'm going in a moment.
No.
I have to say, whatever happens, whatever you hear about me, will you still love me like you do now?
Of course. How could I ever not love my little boy?
And I've come to tell you that I've always loved you. And I've come to tell you that although you will be unhappy, I love you now more than I love anything. And I know I've been cruel and all that, but I always loved you. And I wanted to tell you that that's what I wanted to say, and I've said it.
I think about you all the time, and I don't sleep. And I think that one day something awful is going to happen. What is it? What's going to happen?
I'm going away.
Yes, I thought he's going away. But we can come with you. We can be together, Dunya and me, and Dmitri. He can come too, and we can all... But where are you going?
Goodbye, Mother.
Not now.
I have to go. I must.
And I can't go with you and look after you.
You can pray, and maybe your prayer will be heard.
Let me hug you. Now. Oh, when you were little, after Daddy died, we used to hug. Do you remember? Oh, how we used to hug, and you were so hot. Such a hot little boy. And are you going far?
Very far.
Is it a good job? A career?
That's enough, Mother.
Roger, it's not forever yet. Not forever.
You shouldn't have come. It was stupid. It didn't do any good. Who was it for? Her or your vanity? It was for her. Surely for her. Are they watching you now? Porphyry's people. Perhaps he thinks he doesn't need to, that you'll just deliver yourself up. Then he's wrong. The game isn't over until...
Dunya,
You, here.
I saw Mother.
I saw Sonia.
What?
We sat together at her place most of the afternoon. Where have you been?
Walking. I slept on a hay barge on the river.
Why on earth?
I owed it to someone.
We were afraid. Sonia and I, that... But you still believe in life?
No, but I came to see Mother. I don't believe in tears, but I cried when she held me. I don't believe in God, but I asked her to pray for me. I don't understand any of this anymore.
But you didn't tell her...
What you now know is the truth.
Yes.
I really thought of ending it in the river, just now before I came. Only, if I am strong, then I shouldn't be afraid of the shame. Is that pride, Dunya?
Yes.
And you don't reckon I was just scared of the water?
Stop that. No more of that, please.
It's late. I've got to go and give myself up. I don't know why I'm doing it, but... Why are you crying?
By going to suffer, haven't you already wiped out half your crime?
Crime? What crime? Crime? It's crazy. I've been fooled into this confession by Parbury, by my own stupidity.
What are you saying? You killed someone. You shed their blood.
Which is spilled in millions of gallons all over the world every bloody day. Look, Dunya, I at least would have done good things if it all hadn't gone stupidly wrong. My crime is not being able to endure even the first step on the path to something better.
No, that's not it at all. That's all wrong.
Well, I really don't understand how shooting someone in a war is somehow respectable and this... Dunya, I am guilty. Forgive me. Go to Mother. Stay with her. Dmitri will stand by you. I'll try to be strong and honest, even if I am a murderer. The main thing is, everything will go on in a new way. It'll break apart and... Go now. Not a word. Go.
Why do they love you when you don't deserve it? If only you could be alone. Absolutely alone and no one loved you. You've never loved anyone ever. And if you could be alone, then none of this would be. 20 years hard labour. The river wears away the stone. How you hate them all. The river wears away the stone. And you?
I've come for your cross, Sonia. Since you're the one who wants me to go to the crossroads. Well, don't back off. Don't run now it's come to the business.
I wasn't running.
You see, the way I see it, it's simple numbers. I get the best deal I can by handing myself in. Well, where are these crosses? Come on, out with them.
I don't understand you, Roger.
Never mind, just give them to me. Good, right. So here I take the cross upon myself. Cypress wood for simple folk. I remember a silver cross shaped like this. At Alyona's. For some reason I didn't pick it up. No, I'm getting distracted. You're not crying as well, are you? This isn't easy, you know. Stop it, Sonia. Just stop it.
Cross yourself. Say one prayer. Only one.
As much as you like, in all sincerity. And so... No, don't follow me. I don't need a procession. Stay here and pray if you want to. I'm going out. Yes, going out. Alone. Because, in the end, that is what I wanted. To be alone.
In a dirty bathroom, with shadows and spiders, for all eternity. Can you stop yourself now? In the street, moving towards something. Why did you go to her? You told her it was for simple numbers. Less years in a cage. But that's rubbish. There are no numbers. Do I love her? Is that why I went? But you chased her away like a yapping bitch. Wait here. I don't need a procession. Was it crosses you wanted? Or tears? Her tears? You wanted to see her fear. To smell her pain. Oh, I wanted to touch a human being. And you dared to have such hopes. Such dreams. When you're such a total insect. In a week or so, they'll probably be taking you somewhere in a prison van. Maybe you'll go along here, over these cobbles, beside the canal. And how will you look at the shop fronts then? How will you read this sign? That sign? And Company Limited. The sea of company. That yellow paint chipped at the top. Oh, God. What's going to happen? Why can't you stop now?
Go to the crossroads and kiss the earth. And shout as loud as you can to the whole world. I have killed. And then God will let you be born again.
Very well, Sonia. You kiss the earth. At least you kiss the cobbles.
She's following you. To make sure. She's going to be there forever now. Well then, let's do this like a human being, shall we? Please, I would like to speak to Inspector Porfiry Petrovich.
In Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky, Barnaby Kay was Raskolnikov and Poppy Miller was Sonia.
Dear all, we have arrived safe here. We are a long way from anywhere. There is a river, and the camp where Rodya is, and a small village where I have found a place and some work doing washing. I can see Rodya most days. He is well in his health, but he is very down otherwise. He doesn't even care that Mr. Porfiry Petrovich spoke up for him and he only got 8 years. He won't talk to me, or to the other men. They don't like him. Hoping you are all well, Sonia Marmeladov.
Porfiry Petrovich was played by Jim Norton, Mrs. Raskolnikova by Penny Downey, Dmitri Razumikin by Oliver Milburn, Lushin by Anton Lesser, and Dunya by Penny Layden.
Dear all, things go on. I told Rodya this was our first anniversary here, but he doesn't care about anything. He is shut inside himself and won't even read the Bible. I pray for him. The other prisoners all call me their little mother now and like me when I visit, otherwise it would be bad for Rodya. Bless you all. Sonia Marmeladov.
Katerina was played by Frances Jeter, Amalia by Rachel Atkins, Paulenka by Sophie Ward, The Captain by John Rogan, and The Polish Man by Jonathan Tafler.
Dear Dmitri and Dunya, I was sorry to hear your news. I told Rodya his mother was dead, and he was sad, though he tried to hide it. Also the good news that you were married before she died, so that was nice for her. Rodya has been ill a lot lately, and doesn't seem to be able to get right in himself. God bless, Sonia.
Crime and Punishment, dramatised by Mike Walker and directed by John Taylor, was an independent production by The Fiction Factory for BBC Radio 4.
Dear Dmitri and Dunya, Rodya was very ill for some time, but got better. I was able to see him. It was out of the prison camp, by the river where sometimes the convicts are allowed to go. I held his hand, and it was quite sudden.
Why are you still here, Sonia? Why don't you go? Go back to Petersburg.
Rodya, I love you. Don't you understand?
How can you love me? Look at me. Look at what I've done. Look at what I am. Everything I am.
I love you.
Everything I have done. Can you love that?
Rodya, stop thinking about it. Let it go. None of it matters. Because of love. God's love. My love. Your love. Our love. Love.
Love? Love? Of course. How absurdly simple in the end. And how hard you thought it would be to find it. When all the time it was here, in front of you. Sonia.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes!